Good morning, you guys. Good morning. Welcome. There we go. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys today? As you can see, I took a couple days off. Sometimes it's whenever you get out on your own and you realize it's your passion, whatever it is that you find that is your passion, because that's what will happen once you get out of debt. You'll find your passion, and then once you start doing it, it's very hard to turn off. And sometimes you have to I have to force myself to stop thinking about this business and what I do because I love it. You know, it doesn't feel like work. That's the crazy part about it. You know, when I was at work, you think about it. The weekends were mine. I could shut off work, blah, blah, blah. But now it's just the opposite when you find your passion. What's up, Ed? NC Biggs? Wow. Have to physically check. I don't know, man. I'm gonna ask Hyphy that question because that happens to me sometimes, but sometimes I'll get alerts from some people all the time on the money every single time. So hit that alert button. Give people a minute to get up in here. If you're new to my channel, my name is LJ Young, and I am a 100% debt-free motivational speaker and personal finance educator. I help people become financially free by helping them financially see outside what I call the debt matrix. And the debt matrix is a place where everybody lives that believes in credit and debt. They believe in financing things, all the things that go down in value, and wonder why they're living paycheck to paycheck. Cannot figure it out. All right. I'm the answer. This family, the SMD family, is the answer. You come here, you will get answers. You will get exact answers, and the answers will be mathematically true. And that's all you care about, because math and money are one. If math didn't exist, we couldn't count money. We wouldn't have the ability to count money. So we know it's together and it cannot be separated. But the only thing that can separate it are feelings. Feelings separate math from money, and then that's when the math just starts messing up. And then you can choose to believe that feeling math, or you can choose to believe real math. All right. Morning, Mike. Morning. Oh, exactly. I have sub and everything. Okay. And everything. Okay. Yeah, the alerts. I just clicked alerts, and again, I don't know, because I don't really follow anybody that close like that want to, know. Well, no, there is 1 or 2 people I do. I'm sorry. I take that back. There is 2 people. But yeah, but anyway, welcome, you guys. Get on in here. This is going to be a SMD review that was sent to me by, oh gosh, I forgot it. I hate it when I do that. 1 second, you guys, because I want to make sure I give this person credit about this video who sent it to me. 1 second here. Dang, things are so slow when it's when I got this video going. I mean, my computer runs slow, but don't worry, I'm gonna be upgrading. Not no time soon, but 1 second here. Sorry, guys. I should have had this ready. Raymond. Okay. I just want to make sure I give that person a shot. Now, Raymond sent this, Raymond from Canada actually sent this to me in the email, this particular video. Now, I've seen this dude that I'm about to review, and I showed you guys this guy. And so let me start out by saying this, okay? So everybody new to my channel knows what's happening. I'm not reviewing this guy to say he's dumb. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's fooling you. I'm not saying he's doing anything illegal. I'm not saying that he's not even not good on his channel. I'm not saying any of that. The only thing I point out are things that don't make mathematical sense. That's it. That's it. Everything I review. So when you hear me reviewing, don't worry about me laughing, or sometimes I'll giggle, or I'll say, oh my God, because I know it's not mathematically true. Sometimes it just comes out of me when I see something that's obviously not mathematically true. It makes me laugh. And on the same note, you got to remember, when I was in the debt matrix, I would have believed everything he said. Now, this guy's name is Denzel Napoleon Rodriguez. Excuse me. I don't know why I couldn't say that. Denzel Napoleon Rodriguez. I was trying to put the D and R together. Okay. Now, this is a young man. Sorry, guys. Let me drink some water. Now, this is a young man that believes in what's called velocity banking. All right. Velocity banking. Whatever. To me, velocity banking is just another way to help people believe that this is the way that's going to help them pay off their debt faster or something like that, right? And so this is just, I don't know, there's a million of them out there. There's so many different names for these things that's going to help you pay off your debt faster. What's up, Mazda? It's just the weirdest thing. I mean, again, it's just another thing that's going to somehow convince people that this is the way to go to pay off your debt faster, something outside of themselves. You know, it's the weirdest thing when you watch outside the debt matrix. It's like, you just want to go, hey, you do know the only way you're going to pay that debt off is money from your paycheck, right? Just go, your check, pay the debt. You don't need some other vehicle to take you around. So instead of going directly to pay off you think you're going to take a right and then another left and then back to you. No, it just doesn't make any mathematical sense. So that's the only thing I'm pointing out. And for you SMD family members, listen, I suggest you subscribe to this guy, subscribe to him. Okay. And this is why. This is going to teach you as you get out of debt. I want you to listen to everything he's saying. None of it will make any mathematical sense, but I want you to watch the way he's expressing it. To him, it does. It makes total sense. It'll work. Whatever he thinks in his head, according to math says that no way of any of that, what he just said, will work. That's what math says. But that's how I want you guys, the SMD family members, that's how I want you to listen to it and go through all of his videos. I know it's going to be a bunch of stuff. Don't worry about that, because this is how you got to look at it. When you hear Denzel saying this stuff, you got to think to yourself, instead of getting mad or upset, say, oh, that's not true or whatever, right? You got to think about it this way. If he knew what he was saying, if he knew what he's saying didn't make mathematical sense, he would not make the videos he makes. You see what I'm saying? If you knew, you wouldn't make videos saying, hey, velocity banking will do this and take you there and pay your debt off faster if you take this way and that way and this way. It doesn't make any mathematical sense. So you got to remember, that's how you don't get upset. It'll help you not involve your feelings. If you practice this with his videos, and then when you go out in public, it'll be the same way. You'll hear your family and friends say, hey, look, I got a great deal. I got 1.9% financing on a car. You know, don't go up to them and say, hey, you know, nobody gets a finance car on sale. Don't say that. They'll think you're an a-hole. All right. You got to remember this. If they knew nobody got a finance car on sale, they wouldn't have financed the car, and they definitely wouldn't have thought they got an awesome percentage rate, whatever the percentage rate is. Percentage rate don't even matter. It just shows the level in a debt. I don't know. It makes sense to them. Don't worry about that. Okay. Just remember that so you don't get emotionally involved. All right. All right. So let's get to this video. All right. Let me switch this over to, you guys ready? This guy's killing me. Man, this one, I tell you, this guy was killing me, man. He was killing me. All right. Let me share the screen. 1 second, you guys. One second. All right. So we're going to get started on this video here. Let me pause this. All right, here we go.
Let's see. What is the name of that service again for buying recommended car? Okay, thank you, Carlos. Yep, Auto Advisors. Yeah, definitely look that up. Listen, my mom went to go get a car. 2017 Hyundai Tucson. Spent 4 hours at the dealership.
Okay. Let me tell you guys something. Now, we're going to break through this, okay? Those of you that are new to my channel, let me explain something to you. They only make people who finance cars wait hours at a car lot. First of all, people like me, I would never go to a car lot, let alone finance a car, especially go to a car lot and wait for 4 hours. I would never, ever, ever do that. My time is way more valuable than that. And plus, when I have money, when you have money, you buy from people in credit trouble. I buy my cars only this way. I buy them from people who are in credit trouble for half the price with cash. See how that works? Okay. All right. And remember, each time you finance a car, you're financing the taxes too. Remember that. You're walking on a car lot and you're financing a car because you don't have any money. So if you don't have the money for the car, you don't have the money for the taxes. So you're financing the taxes too.
And closed on, it's a lease, $398 a month.
Okay, I want you guys to, I'm not going to keep stopping it like this, but I am going to stop on each thing he's saying. He's saying some very bad things, okay? He's already starting off bad. And he went on a car lot, waited 4 hours, and it's a lease. And it's a lease. You guys are paying attention. And it's a lease.
Okay, not terrible. We had a GMC Terrain that we were leasing, and we were going over on the miles.
Okay, listen. What he's really saying is that, okay, before he's about to lease this new car, he's just telling about his mom. He's bringing in another lease. You have no idea if he's upside down in that car, whatever. He's bringing in another lease to trade in for another lease. Bad news already.
So we just had to get out of it, right? So we were paying $437 on that, and now with a Hyundai Tucson, paying $398.
Okay. All right. He's skipping I'm telling you guys, he's skipping steps. Okay. He believes that he got out of a $400 lease and it's a better lease because it's lowering payments. What he doesn't know is that now he's coming out of this lease. He got into a new lease that stretched more. He's going to be in it for more years. That's why the payment is lower, because he's in it for many more years. Okay. That's a piece he's missing.
Okay. This was before I knew how to buy a car. The very next week, there was a car buy.
Never mind my laughing, okay? Never mind my laughing. Sometimes he just says funny stuff. This is before he knew how to buy a car, okay? I have no idea what that means. And I don't know what all that garbity goop on the back of his. Now, I want you guys to notice something. Look at all that garbity goop on the back of that board. I want you to notice something. He doesn't mention any of that stuff once in the whole video. Why is it there? It's to fool the people in the debt matrix. The debt matrix people will come in and see him and then see all these numbers on the back, which mean absolutely nothing, but they'll be fooled by that. They'll be like, oh my God, he must know what he's talking about. Look at all those numbers. They don't mean nothing. Okay, here we go.
Buying seminar going on at my job. And the people that were putting it on were the people from my credit union that I had a line.
Okay, I'm gonna back up so you guys can hear what he's saying, so I won't interrupt this part.
And now with a Hyundai Tucson, paying $398. Okay, this was before I knew how to buy a car. The very next week, there was a car buying seminar going on at my job.
What?
And the people that were putting it on were the people from my credit union that I had a line of credit with.
Okay, are you guys paying attention? Now listen. He said he was walking through somewhere, and lo and behold, his job was putting on a seminar. You know why his job, which is the credit union, they was promoting this stuff because they're trying to get him to borrow even more money from a HELOC. A HELOC is a home equity line of credit. Okay, of course they're putting it on. Of course they are. They want you to spend more money. They want you to get even deeper in debt with them. Not only the car, but now they want you to pull out even more money. Oh my. All right.
I was like, very next week, there was a a car buying seminar going on at my job. And the people that were putting it on were the people from my credit union that I had a line of credit with. I was like, is this a message from God that I need to...
Oh, God. No, Denzel. It's a message from your bank. They want you to get deeper in debt. It's not a message from God. It's a message from the bankers. They're saying, hey, Denzel, come get some more of this money so we can make you a slave even longer. Oh, my God. Okay, so I believe he's leading this into right now. He's telling us that he's borrowing money from his HELOC. And then he's going to take that money and then he's going to go put it down on a finance car. So he's borrowing money, which means he's saying that he doesn't have his own money, or else he would have used his own money. He wouldn't have had to borrow that money in the first place. He's borrowing money to go do something with it. Okay.
Get me a whip. Right. So I go to this car buying seminar. I sit in it. I get my mind blown. Right. I thought I was learning velocity banking all over again. They were giving these awesome concepts on how car buying works.
See what he's saying? He walked into this bank session, right? And he was blown away because he thought he was in velocity banking all over again. Yes, the banks invented velocity banking. Get it? Hence, banking in the name. That's why he was blown away, because the banks invented it. The banks want people in debt to use velocity banking. Isn't that looks pretty obvious to me.
Works and how the dealership works and all this stuff. Basically, I call up auto advisors the next day. I'm like, look, I need a car for myself. At the time, I was sharing the car with my mom. And I had just became a manager at the job that I was at. So I was like, I need to be dedicated. I need to make sure I'm on time.
What?
I don't have car issues. So
what is that? Oh,
got myself
see what he's saying? Hey, I'm a manager at something, which means nothing. Why, it's like, why are you telling us about that, Denzel? What's that got to do with the car? And what's all that stuff in the back of you got to do with any of it either? And now you say you got to get there on time, blah, blah, blah. What's that got to do with a new car? That has nothing to do with a new car.
I walked into that same dealership, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know how when you go to the dealerships where the strips, where it's like a bunch of different dealers?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
My mom went into Hyundai.
Over there.
Right?
Over there?
This is so weird. Auto advisors put me with
who?
Subaru, I think it was, or Mitsubishi.
Gotcha. Okay.
I went in there.
You went over there?
But I told them I wanted a Hyundai.
You wanted over there.
Right?
Okay.
What was cool is that they sell all the cars on the lot.
You mean the bank owned the whole lot? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I might have spoke to these guys for 20 minutes. They got me the car I wanted. I test drove it. We came back. I said, I like the car. I want the car. Here's my budget. I told them my budget was $200 a month, and I had $2,000 to put down. What can you do for me? They ran my credit. Listen, my credit was at 631. I was in like maybe tier 4, tier 3, like not.
You were in tier 4, not tier 3, whatever. What the hell does that even mean? That doesn't mean anything. That kind of talk only means something to people in the debt matrix, you guys. It means absolutely nothing. He's pointing at something. We're going to figure that out. What's he pointing at?
Not good. Right?
Okay.
Listen to this. Ready? I am the primary owner on mom's vehicle.
Oh, so you already got it. You just financed the car already. So you got one car in your name already and it's a lease. Okay, go ahead.
So, and that was literally a month apart.
A month.
So my credit score was down because I just got a car under my name. And now here I am trying to get another car. 631 credit score. I got my auto advisor right next to me doing all the talking. I'm like, listen, hey, whack him if he doesn't make a deal, okay?
Gotcha.
Because I need this car.
Okay, listen, you guys, listen closely. He just told us that he just leased a car a month prior to this. And now he's walking into a car lot, a car dealership 1 month later, and he's going to finance 2 cars. And he's saying he has an advisor next to him that's supposedly advising him on his money. His advisor should have said, "Hey man, you shouldn't have financed the first one. Now you're about to finance two." See it? You see how, listen closely, you guys. You see how he's believing that this advisor is here? Because that advisor doesn't exist. He's invisible. That's why we can't see him either. He's invisible. He's just making it up. That's not true, or that's a very bad advisor. Very, very naughty advisor.
My credit score was down because I just got a car under my name. And now here I am trying to get another car. 631 credit score.
That's bad.
I got my auto advisor right next to me.
Right here.
Doing all the talking.
Ooh.
I'm like, listen, hey, whack him if he doesn't make a deal. Okay?
Gotcha.
Because I need this car.
Gotcha.
So he's like, you know how they put you on ice? They go back?
Yeah.
Right? Came back.
Hey, Denzel, they only put people who finance cars on ice, okay? Not people like us that have money, all right? They only put people who finance cars on ice. They make them sit there for 8 hours to buy one car. They only do that to people who finance cars, okay? Go ahead, Denzel.
All they said was, look, we'll do the deal. I was like, what? We'll do the deal. Like I thought I was gonna get a 9, right? They put me from tier 3 or tier 4. They bumped me up to tier 2. Okay, which people, you know, to get to tier 2, you have to have at least like a 680 or 670. They gave me the car at $200 a month.
They didn't give you nothing.
An additional $250 extra.
He borrowed that money from the HELOC. And not only does he believe that he put the $2,000 down on the car that he borrowed, he believes he put down an additional $250 that he borrowed. He doesn't even know he borrowed the money. He didn't put down anything. Now, remember, if he knew what I was saying, he wouldn't have made this video. He wouldn't be saying these things out loud, okay?
On top of the $2,000. So I put $2,250 down, paying $200 a month, 12,000 miles. They took off registration, title, tags, fees.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They wrapped it up in a loan, because I guarantee you this, you guys. If he financed 2 cars, that lease agreement's probably at least 84 months, 72 months. All right. That's why he got it at $200. Okay. Believe that. All right. Believe it. The percentage rate's got to be through the roof at a 600 something credit score with 2 on your credit report. Oh yeah. You're paying top dollar.
Nothing. I didn't pay nothing. I gave him my $2,250. I walked out the door with the car.
See what he's just saying? I paid nothing. I paid nothing. Why is he saying that? No, you just told us you paid $2,250. Now you're saying you paid nothing? Make up your mind, Denzel.
I said that. No tags, fees, nothing. I didn't pay nothing.
Yes, you did.
I gave him my $2,250. I walked out the door with the car. I said, thank you very much. I signed a couple of papers, out the door. Yo, that was a 1 hour. I was like, I thought I was buying an Xbox.
Oh, Denzel.
Like I was in and out, right?
No, they treated you like an Xbox.
If anyone's looking at buying a car and you want to do velocity banking with it, listen, pull from the HELOC, get the car, pay yourself back. Keep things going. So this is a really cool example of how we can do velocity banking and still buy things and still get things and still live a life and still invest in ourselves to improve our, our income, things like that.
All right, you guys, we're gonna stop sharing here. Here we go. All right, how you guys enjoy that? Good morning, Quentin, Reese. Good morning, Mark. NC Biggs, what's up, Will S? Hey, now I hope you guys, saw what I saw. All right, now let me finish this up. So this is for Denzel. All right, so just in case you come across this, let me open this up. 1 second, you guys. These things I should have had ready. 1 second here. All right. All right. This is for actually Denzel. If you watch this video, Denzel, this one's for you. All right. Now, I want you to understand, man, I'm not saying anything negative about your channel. I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm not saying you're lying to people. I'm not even saying you're doing anything illegal. I'm just saying what you're saying is this. None of this, no, what I'm saying is this. None of what you're saying makes any mathematical sense. None. You can, I'm not lying to you. You can run the numbers and you can see, okay? You could just, and I know you're thinking, well, how do I know? Because let me show you something, Denzel. All right. Let me show you something now. Now, I know I by what you're saying, I guarantee you your credit report is a mess. If I saw your entire, not your credit score, your entire credit report, I know it's a mess. It's got to be. It's got to be a mess. Now, don't worry about me saying, "Oh, how do you know? You don't know nothing." You know, people. I'm telling you, people in the debt matrix think that, but I can see that your credit report is a nightmare. Guaranteed, it's a nightmare. Guaranteed. I guarantee you're deep in debt and don't even know it by the videos that you make. Now, don't worry about me. Don't believe I'm saying something negative about you. If it's true, this is all you got to do. Okay, Denzel, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. If that number is in the negative, you're in debt and your credit report will reflect it. So I'm gonna show you something, Denzel, so you can understand this, okay? Now, here's a person whose credit, I guarantee your credit report doesn't look like this. Guaranteed. Now, don't worry about why it doesn't, but I can help you, Denzel. If you come to my channel, you know, you come see me as a consultation. I will help you on your journey, man. But I'm just trying to help you, young man. You're saying things that don't make any mathematical sense. All right. And you're making a lot of videos about it. And I want to catch you while you're young. Okay. I want to catch you while you're young. So you open up your eyes and realize that maybe you'll go back through those videos and be like, oh, damn, I didn't. That's okay. I was in the debt matrix too, but you're really putting it out there like that this stuff is true. It's not true. None of it makes any mathematical sense. All right. All right. We're off of that. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing. Now I'm going to leave the floor up to you guys. Any questions? Any questions about the video? Any questions about you guys? Anything about you guys' experiences out there since becoming debt free or on the journey of debt freedom? I know I haven't been on here in a while. Let me throw up the link. There we go. Just in case anybody want to join, you don't have to get on camera. You can just turn your camera off and we can just hear your voice. Totally up to you. But anyway, hey, you guys, how are you guys doing, man? I've been gone a couple days and people are like, hey, people are like, I had a couple people email me saying and DM me talking about, hey, is everything okay? You know, just, you know, and I appreciate that though, man. That means you guys are loving the daily videos, but sometimes I have to force myself to take a break. I do. Sometimes I have to just, all right, time to stop, do some things around that I need to do personally around. I need to take care of that quick. You know, I got some things in the works that I'm working on. And it's weird, like being in a new different part of my life. I still have sometimes the unknown things. You kind of I always kind of tend to shy away from things that I just didn't want to deal with. That was a built-in habit. You know, it's like, if you ever just think about this, sometimes you guys, if there's something on your list that you have to do, but you really don't want to do it, notice how everything will pop up in front of it, or you just try to put it to the back of your mind when knowing that that needs to be the thing you need to tackle first. So that way, once it's done, it'll be completely off your mind and your mind will be free. So it's hard to keep that in there. Yeah, Mark, it was him again. He's got a lot of good stuff. He has a lot of good training material. He's got a lot of good training material. And you know what, like I said, I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything, or he's doing anything negative or illegal. He's not. He's just speaking debt. And speaking debts, it means that he's saying things that make absolutely no mathematical sense. But anyway, and just he's not the only one that's talking about velocity banking. I don't want to just pick on Denzel. And I'm not saying, hey, SMD family members, you need to go subscribe to him. He's got a lot of good training material. Okay. Our type of training material, not the way velocity, whatever. Anyway, he's not the only one doing velocity banking. Okay. And it's just think about it this way. It's something that people in debt believe that there's some sort of other way to pay off their debt. And they don't realize that you take your money from your check and put it on your debt. There is nothing in the middle. But people in debt, the reason why they believe it, because they don't, deep down inside, they really don't believe they'll ever pay off their debt. So it's got to be a different and a faster way. That's why these people sell this kind of stuff to people in the debt matrix. I get it. It's not illegal. I'm not saying, ooh, bad velocity bankers. No, the banks are encouraging velocity banking. That's why the names, and that's why banking is in the name. NC Brick says his job trying to get a direct line to his checks. He's, maybe he's getting maybe he's getting some money from the banks for pushing this stuff. Who knows? All I'm saying is this. I don't know why he's doing it, but none of it makes any mathematical sense. And Denzel's not the only one doing it. All you got to do is type in velocity banking inside of YouTube, and you'll see about 1 million people. Just like when you type in credit repair, you'll get 1 million people because they're not doing anything for anyone. They gave me, right, Will S., you see what he's saying? They gave me. They didn't give him nothing. He actually said, I'm leaving. No, he said, I didn't have to give them nothing. He said that too. It's like, you just told, well, whatever. It doesn't make any sense. All right, if you guys want to join the stream, there you go. There's the link. Will S. says, you see the new credit report bill that was just passed? If not, Google it. Would be a nice topic. Oh, I did not know that. The new credit report bill. Oh, okay. What's up, Hyphy? Interesting. Hey, Will, did that just happen? Oh yeah. Mark says, Linnell, this guy is heavy in debt. Oh yeah, he's deep. He's heavy on debt. He's heavy in debt. I can clearly see he's in debt. That's just the way he's talking. Like he financed one car and then a month later he financed another car. Those two alone, let's just say the cars were $30,000 minimum. He's 60 G's in debt. And he walking out of there believing he got a deal. And he actually it's deeper than that because he borrowed the money from the HELOC to put down on it. So he's probably about 6250 in debt. He doesn't even know it. He's saying it out loud to everybody. Hey, check it out. This was 30,000. This was 30,000. And then I borrowed $2,250 from my HELOC. So now I'm $62,250 in debt. But that's according to my math. That's what that says. There is no other answer. Yes, Google it. And since I can't post it. Okay. I want to see. Oh, you guys be giving me some good stuff, man. And then you make me want to do it in the middle of the show. New credit report bill. One second. I got to look. Now you got me hooked. Report bill. I can't wait to see it. Okay, where are we at? Proposed bill. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Can you do me a favor? Can you email that to me? Because I don't want to click on the wrong one. It will email that to me, okay? Email me a link. And you have hopefully you have my email. If not, let me put it up there. There it is right there. Email me that link. I would love to see it. I have not heard about it. Because I'm curious now. I'm not saying I'm gonna read it all here, but I need to know what that is. I'm curious. whatever it is, it's something to govern people in the credit world. Okay, it has no effect on me. It has no effect on anybody outside of debt. You just look at it and say, okay, there's a different way, because you got to remember the bill is going to, without me even reading, I don't even know what it's even about. So I'm just telling you guys. All right, I already know the credit laws are for people that involve in credit, right? But it's going to be read one way for people in debt, and it's going to be read another way for people out of debt. Okay, the new credit report bill is going to benefit the hidden economy for some reason. It's going to benefit, okay, and it's going to probably lock down tighter to the people that are in credit debt. Something it's most likely it's going to stop them from the credit fixers from doing something right now. Okay, because when I see stuff like that, it means these credit repair people are using the laws to manipulate the credit numbers, and so the lawmakers don't like that, which are the rich people, right? Because it's messing with the money. So they're just going to change the laws so where they can't. The credit fixers are not going to be able to manipulate those credit score numbers anymore. So guaranteed, that's what it is. Guaranteed. And I don't even know. I haven't even seen it yet. Guaranteed. What's up, Jalen? So please email me that link. I need to see that link because I want to know. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me go look. Oh, it's a Twitter? You sent me oh goodness, cancel. Woohoo, my first 221. What it does, shortens the length of time of bad marks on your credit report from 7 to 4 years. Help us remove fraudulent schemes on our credit report. Prevents medically necessary debt from being reported. Okay, so all right, let's go. I want to go through this together. Okay, so I don't know who Rashida. One second. Let me bring this up so you guys can see it at the same time. 1 second. 1 second. Hold on, NC Briggs. I'm going to do something real quick here before I let you on. I want to bring up something. All right, so Will S sent me this, okay? I'm not sure who Rashida, I can't pronounce her last name. So what it reads is, it says, woohoo, passed my first bill. Okay, obviously she's a congresswoman. All right, gotcha. All right. 221 yes votes. What it does is shorten the length of time of bad marks on your credit report from 7 to 4 years. Okay, listen, when you're out of debt, you don't really care about bad marks because you have none on there. So let's read what it does for what makes the people in the debt matrix happier about this. So if I was in debt, I would read this as I can ignore the bad marks on my credit report. I can just wait 4 years until they fall off, or whatever people in the debt matrix think, right? But people in debt matrix don't realize for 4 years they're going to be charged high interest rate because of their bad marks in their credit report. Okay, so instead of 7 years of high interest rates, they're now going to get 4 years of high interest rates. Okay, if they think that's a good thing, hey, whatever. All right, help us remove fraudulent schemes on our credit report. Okay, well, it just removes fraudulent stuff. All right, cool. You could have been done that yourself. Why you needed their help to do that, I don't know. Prevents medically necessary debt from being reported. I guess you got to determine what is medically necessary debt. I'm assuming if you get in a major car accident and you don't have any insurance, maybe, or it sounds like it's got to be, in order for that to be not reported to your credit report, it has to be extreme. And I highly doubt if everybody's just gonna get that what you got to look into, see what's determining that. Okay, so let me see. I'm just reading some comments. Rashida, this would have changed my life 20 years ago. I truly hope it helps avoid others about the 7 years of hell I went through, unable to bank account. Da, 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 da. And when I read comments like that, I think to myself, she couldn't take care of that in 20 years? You know, it just, I don't know. Doesn't make sense. Unfortunately, your story is common. Yes, it is. It is, because a lot of people don't believe they can pay off their own debt. Amazing. Now let's work on high interest rate on student loans. If you pay your student loans off, you won't have to worry about any student loan interest rates. It just doesn't. People in the debt matrix don't even know what they're saying when they say things like this. You know, it just doesn't make any sense. If you get out of debt, if you pay your student loan debt off, you won't even care about the student loan debt crisis. The only reason why I know about the student loan debt crisis right now, because I reported to you guys. But if I didn't have this channel and I wouldn't care about the student loan debt crisis, because it has absolutely nothing to do with me. Nothing. I don't care. So what? Who cares about the interest rates, how big it is, how much money is owed? So what? Thank you so much. I've been denied housing because of bad marks on my credit resulting from medical bills from 9 years ago when I was battling breast cancer. I would have filed Chapter 7. That makes zero sense. They fall off after 7. No, nothing falls off. Nothing. Lord, I can't wait until the words medically necessary death sound. Wow. As a Canadian, I'm telling you to be very careful what you wish for considering healthcare. Exactly. Be very careful. There is a purpose behind this change. Believe it. I got to get it. I got to get the exact read. I got to get the exact read. Thank you, Will. I appreciate that, man. People are totally speaking debt in there. Totally speaking debt. They're just, I want you guys to pay close to, let me paste that in there. Let me make sure everybody can get to that link. Sorry, you guys. Check it out. It's a tweet. They have it on Yahoo Finances, the full. Oh, okay, cool. The full article. All right. You guys get that? Mazafai said they have it on Yahoo Finances, the full article. Okay, I'm definitely going to read that. Yeah, Will S says, see all the misinformation in the comments. Yeah, it's people in the debt matrix. They have no idea they're saying that. You got to remember, you guys, those of you guys that are part of the SMD family, I want you to pay close attention. What they're saying doesn't make any mathematical sense. I'm not making this up. This is not my opinion. This is not a theory. This is not a concept. This is mathematics. Nothing what they're saying makes any sense. I try to say this out loud. It's like, hey, if you didn't have any student loan debt, would you care about the student loan debt crisis? No, then pay your debt off. Pay your student loan debt off. People that are up in arms and mad about it because they have made up in their mind that they'll never pay off their student loan debt. They've accepted that. And let me tell you guys something. Now that I'm financially free, that's a horrible place to be. That's a horrible place to be. To be a person that has accepted of never paying off their student loan debt. Ooh. You guys don't even get it, man. You don't even get it. And I'm trying my best to explain this to you in a proper way. I kept my student loan debt for 10 years. I did not know I was a slave. I did not know I was a slave. Didn't know. Listen. Okay, listen to me closely so you guys can understand, because I want you guys to feel what I'm saying. What I think about it now, I have no idea why it didn't wake me up. For 10 years, I was paying on my student loan, and every time I looked at the balance, it wasn't going down. What did I do about it? Absolutely nothing. That makes you guys don't even know. You guys don't even know how much that hindered my millionaire status, process, money making. You guys have no idea what that was doing to my finances. Imagine having a pot of money and somebody and it's sitting in this bowl and somebody just come up and poke a big hole in the bottom of it. And your money keeps going down and you're on the top looking down. It's like, damn, why does my money keep going down? That's it. That makes me so angry. It was obvious that I would look at my student loan balance. I've been paying it on 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and I look at the balance and was staying the same. It was never changing. No matter how much money I put on it. Even when oh my God, when I put this is what you guys don't get, okay? If you're new to my channel, I need you to listen to me so you don't mess this up. If you're paying on your student loan balance, you're paying extra over, okay? You must call the student loan place and tell them that you want the extra to go to principal, the main balance. Because if you don't, they're going to put it on interest. And how do you know they're putting on interest? If you're making extra payments, your due date keeps getting pushed further. If your student loan due date keeps getting pushed further and further and further out, they're taking your extra money and they're putting it on interest. You must call them and say, hey, this I have no idea how they legally get away with this because it makes absolutely no mathematical sense. Who in the world pays extra on a debt so it can go to interest? It doesn't make any sense. But you, regardless of that fact, whatever, you must call them and say, hey, any extra money goes to principal. You must call them and tell them that, because this is now I'm gonna take you outside the debt matrix. Let's come out of the debt matrix. I can't prove this. I'm not saying any of what I'm about to tell you is even true. Not even saying it, okay? It just makes mathematical sense to me. And it works perfectly for people in debt. So say like, because it worked for me. Let me just use myself so you can understand what I meant. So before, for 1 year, at first I was seeing that my balance wasn't going down. This is the natural psychological process of people in debt. I was looking at my student loan balance. I noticed it wasn't going down. So this is what I thought to myself. Let me put an extra $100 or $200 down on my balance so it can go down faster. Duh, that makes sense, right? Yeah, it makes total sense. So I was doing that for a year. It wasn't going down. But yet my due date kept getting pushed further and further and further out. And you know what I thought in my mind? I said, that's cool. Just in case if I get in trouble, lose my job or get hurt and I have no money coming in, I won't have to worry about my student loan payment because it's pushed so far out a few months. That'll give me a few months to get a job and that's exactly what they want. That's exactly how they wanted me to think. That's exactly how they wanted me to think. So one day something's going to happen because I'm in debt. Something's going to happen. Something always happens to people in debt. That's why people in debt say things like, oh man, you never know. You might pop up with this bill. You might pop up with that bill, because only people in debt say that. So that's how I thought. Oh, just in case something happens, I don't have to worry about this. So I did it. Stopped paying my student loan payment for a few, I started getting comfortable with it. 1 month goes by, 2 months go by, because you naturally begin to think you have extra money because you're not making this payment. That's exactly how they wanted me to think, until one day it was all caught up. And guess what? All that extra money I put on that student loan all went to interest. You guys have no idea how angry that makes me when I still even think about it today. And I've been paid my student loan debt off years ago. Student loan debt is the worst. Let me tell you guys something, okay, that you guys are listening. They will never, if you're new to my channel, listen to me closely. They will never, ever, 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 ever release that many of their slaves, ever. That's $1.6 trillion in student loan debt. That's 45 million slaves. They will never, ever release that many of their slaves at once. Are you crazy? That will never happen. That would crush the economy. That will never happen. I don't care who you elected. I don't care who you vote for, who gets elected. Nobody has that kind of power. Nobody. Well, somebody does, but we don't know who that person is. We don't know who that family is. It's not us. They will never release that many of their slaves. That's guaranteed income. Never. And if you can get slaves to believe that they'll never pay off their student loan debt, they're slaves for life. I was a slave for 10 years. 10 years. You imagine how many slaves are out there right now that believe they'll never pay off their student loan debt. And you know what's so crazy about this? People in the debt matrix don't even know this. A lot of money means many different things to many different people. You could have, this is what I'm saying, you guys. You guys don't even get it. You guys don't even get it. I'm seeing somebody with horrible credit, 400, 500 credit score, having about $10,000 in student loan debt, 10 grand. 10,000. And they're like, "Ooh, that's too much." They have no idea how close they are to zero. They're $10,000 away from zero. If that was their only debt, okay? Say it like that was the only debt. They're $10,000 away from zero, and then they'll be free. They don't even know the door is right there. They don't even know the door's right there. All they got to do is pay off their $10,000 and they'll be free. They're slave papers. They'll be like, "Here's your slave papers. There you go. You own yourself now. Here you go. You're on your way." And I got people that have 800 credit scores. They're hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loan debt. Ain't that crazy? But people in the debt matrix believe if you got a good credit score, you must be somebody. Now, let me bring this up for you guys to understand something that what I've discovered, okay? I want you guys to clearly understand this. And everything I say, I can prove. It's not a myth. It's not a hypothesis. It's not my feelings about it. No, this is true. Oops. Let me show you something. 1 second here. Better yet than that. Oh, where did I put it? I hate it when I do that. 1 second. All right, there we go. Now let me show you guys something here. Now look at this. Check this out. This is what I've discovered. There's a pattern to financial freedom. This is it right here. This is it. This cannot be faked. Now, don't come on here saying, "Oh, anybody can use, Adobe Photoshop and do this and that." I'm not. Of course, you can manipulate a picture, but when it comes down to it, if you get ready to do business with somebody, you make them do it in front. You make them do. Oh my goodness! 1 second, you guys. Let me close that. Sorry, you guys. When it comes down to it, you're going to do it. They're going to do it in front of your face. You're going to accept, "Okay, show me right now." Not a picture. You're going to show me, and it can't be faked. It cannot be faked. That's and it's tied to your social security number. It can't be fake. You see the pattern? You see the zeros? That's the pattern. Look at this. I'm not making this up. Look, these are actually different people. You will never, the majority of you that watch this channel, you'll never see credit reports that look like this. This is why when people cross over to the debt-free side of things, then you got credit reports that look like this. Look at it. There's nothing on it. Just a bunch of zeros. Look at it. People in debt have no idea this even exists. They have no idea it even exists. And this is how you will connect up with other people that understand money. This is how you do it. "Hey, let me see your credit report before we do business." The person that knows this information, first of all, they'll know why you're asking that question. And second of all, they'll be happy to show you. Because nothing's on it. People in the debt matrix don't know that. This is why I'm able to say this out loud. Notice how I'm just saying this openly on this channel of YouTube, and I'm just saying it to you because people in the debt matrix can't even hear me. They have no idea what this even means. Not a clue. You guys don't even get it. You guys, all you got to do is take a snapshot of this picture, take it to anybody you know, and say, "Hey, you know what this even means? What does this look like to you?" They won't have a clue of what you're showing them. And again, you're probably thinking, "Well, LJ, how do you know that?" Because I don't live in the debt matrix. That's how I know. Everything I'm saying can be mathematically proven 100% to be true. Everything. Anybody that tries to prove me wrong, they would have to prove math to be wrong, and that's impossible. You can't walk up to somebody and say, hey, you know what? 1 + 1 = 3. They'll look at you like you're nuts. What the hell are you talking? 3? What? Exactly. That's why I know I'll never be wrong. It's not even nothing about being wrong. It's just, hey, man, it's just math. I ain't nothing special. Mazda 5 says, I have a friend that had accumulated $23,000 of student loan debt and told me why should she pay it off? I was in shock to hear that and was very direct or not paying it at all. Oh, gotcha. Oh, how direct she was. Okay, gotcha. That's part of the process. You guys that come to this channel, I want you guys to understand something, okay? I want you to understand something, okay? This is oh, I see you, NC Briggs. Let me jump in there. 1 second, you guys. I've been yip-yapping. NC Briggs been patiently waiting. Hold on. Sorry, man. 1 second. Just 1 second.
Well, you good, man. I've been listening the whole time, so you fine.
All right, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, you were talking about that guy and about the car, the video with the car dealership and everything. Mm-hmm. It was interesting that you did that because you got. I told you this weekend I got yelled at for somebody.
Tell me about that story. Let's hear it. I want to hear it. I want everybody else to hear it too. Let's hear it.
Okay, so I was talking to a friend. Excuse me, I'm getting gas. I was talking to a friend. I was telling him about your channel, and he was talking about getting out of debt. He was talking about investing in businesses and stuff, not getting out of debt, but investing in businesses. And I asked him. I said, how much debt you got? Because he had posted something up there about I need to change up my life and everything. I said, well, how much debt do you got? He said, well, I don't got much debt. I got.
They all say that. All the people in the debt matrix say, I don't got that much debt. But go ahead.
Yeah, just got he got less than 10,000 in student loans, and then he got a car payment that's about 14. I was like, oh man. So you got a car payment is 14. He said, and I said, how much do you make a year? He was like, well, I make about good solid 30,000, 40,000. So I was like, okay. So I told him about the channel. And I was telling him, I was like, listen, man, I figured it out, man. I said this guy named Linnell, and I said, you ever heard of Dave Ramsey? He's like, yeah, I've listened to Dave Ramsey. I was like, okay. I said, well, Linnell's kind of like he kind of like breaks down the whole thing that Dave Ramsey's basically talking about. So so if you don't understand Dave Ramsey, you definitely would understand Linnell because he breaks it down to a 5th grade level if you needed it. If you needed that level. He's like, I mean, are you trying to sell me something or what is this about? I was like, nah, man, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I was like, look, man. He's like, I said, look, man, all you gotta do. I said, well, first off, he said, man, you really can't get out of debt. And I was like, oh. I was like,
I wish I could have saw your face as you're talking to him. I wish I saw your face.
Oh man, look, my face went from excited to tell him, and right. to like by the end, I just wanted to get off the phone, man. So I'm gonna tell you, so the conversation went. We were starting to talk about it. He was telling me about he don't have a lot of debt and everything, and he was like, it's just the fact that he doesn't make enough. And I was like, well, how much do you pay on your car payment a month? He was like, I pay about $400 a month for car payment. He said, which isn't that bad. I said, yeah. I said the average is about 5, but it's bad, man. I said, why don't you buy a cash car? He's like, well, I did that before and it broke down, and I don't want to do that again. And I was like, but the car is killing you, though. He said, it's not really killing me. It's just that I don't have enough money.
He don't even hear what he's saying to you. Notice how he doesn't hear what he's saying to you? He has no idea what he's saying to you right now.
Yeah, like it was bad. Like I was like, listen, and then he said he pays about he paid like $80 or so. He said $80 or so for the student loans. And I said, so you pay about $500. He's like, yeah, roughly about 500. I said, yo, about 500. 500 is good. I said, all right. Then he started. Then he said, I said, so look, man. I said, look, man. You know, you don't have to live like that, man. You can, if you get rid of the car payment, if you sell that car or sell that car, pay the difference off. You'll be good. He said, well, I'm getting my income taxes, soon, but I don't want to sell my car because I need a reliable car and everything. So I said, okay.
You're talking to a slave. You're talking to a slave. You're trying to convince a slave that he's a slave.
Then he started telling me like, how, like I'm not even worried about my student loans right now.
He said what? What did he say?
He said I'm not even worried about my student loans. He said some people live with their student loans. He said people live with the student loans. They're never going away. I said never going away. I said I don't agree with you there. And he's like, yeah, no, he's like, man, he said, man, he said, man, everything you trying to tell me, man, I already know, man. I'm listening to Dave Ramsey. I know. I said, he said, he said, the reason why I'm doing this, I'm struggling. He went into this whole long spew about how it's because, the black man's down
NC Briggs, how do I know all this? I'm telling you guys before you even go out in the public. How do I know all that they're going to say this? They don't know they're slaves.
Yeah, like I was like, man, listen, man. He said that what he gonna do, and this is what killed me the most. Like he said, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna buy, get my income tax money, which I had already talked to you and I've listened to Dave, and that's why I asked you, because Dave Ramsey said the same thing. He said it's stupid to give your money to the government for free. So he's like, he told me, he said, what you need, he said, what I'm gonna do is take my money and I'm gonna go use it to invest in an e-commerce store, and I'm gonna make business, because the only way to get out of debt is to own your own business. And I said, actually, it'd be smart to first get out of debt, then own your own business, because then you know how to run your business a little better. He was like, nah, man. He said, you can't get ahead with these businesses. You need to own your own. So he gonna do what he said. This is what he gonna do. And he went on a rant for like 30 minutes. You came on while this was happening on Saturday, and I told him I had to go. Like I said, I had something I gotta do, but and then that's when I said I was getting yelled at over there. You told me not to stop telling people. I was like, but it's like, I mean, I was like, I get what you're saying. Like, you mean don't tell people that aren't going to be interested in the subject, and I get that. I just hate to see people being out here like that. It's just a really disappointing.
Well, it's like this.
They're doing it themselves, of course, but.
This is what it's like, man. You got to understand, they don't know they're slaves, and this is what you got to do, because they'll give you a million excuses to why they're not going to do it, right? And then you're just going to get frustrated with yourself. So you throw something out there and say, hey, man, you probably should pay your debts off, or pay your student loan debt off before you go into business. And then they'll say, hey, it's not that much. Everybody has them. And then this is what you say, NC Briggs. Okay.
Yeah.
You better get used to that word, okay. Because you're just gonna frustrate yourself.
So some people have already got me saying okay, but he was the last straw. Like I was just like, I can't. That's why I haven't really said too much on here, because like that was just so painful right there. It was painful. It was painful to listen to. I mean,
it's like this too. NC Biggs. I'm glad your kids you're young. You're learning this right now, and your kids are young, so you're going to naturally instill this in them, and they won't know anything else. They won't know anything different. And if they grow up and mess up, they're going to know they messed up. You know what I'm saying? They're going to
Right.
know it. So but as far as when you see loved ones, it's going to be hard to watch. People you love are going to be in the debt matrix, and they're going to be doing things that and you have the answer to change their life. It's going to be hard to watch, but you got to say, okay, you got to let them do it.
Yeah, that story right there was bad. When I was listening to that guy that you were just playing, and I was thinking, I was just thinking about my friends, and just a lot of my friends are doing it. Now I've got a lot of my friends. They all want to start businesses, and they they don't understand why it's not working.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, first off, to understand a business in itself, you can't just hop into a business. You have to also do research. You have to look at who's proven and what they did to make it that far.
Mm-hmm.
If they were out of debt when they did it, they may not say that.
Right.
They may not say that part, but you have to. You're supposed to know that and recognize that if that's what they did. You know, that's not. They didn't just go out here. You know, you hear about a lot of these kids that are 25 and 30. And they turn out to be they were millionaires or became millionaires by the age of 25 or whatever. And the reason why they did that is because when they were living at home with their parents, they didn't have to owe anybody.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they use a lot of times when you listen to these commercials and stuff that I've been listening to now, I've noticed that they like to say, this one kid that followed me and followed my training, he became a millionaire and he was only 21 or 22. I'm like, well, that's because he didn't have any debt. If he actually followed your training and your training worked for him, it's because he didn't have any debt when he went and started. Like a lot of these people get in debt first, and then they go and try something. They don't have the money to support the passion or the idea that they want to do, and so they fall on deaf ears because they either taken from the money that they're trying to invest to make a business because they're falling behind. You know, you already know.
Well, like it's like this. If people they don't know this. Okay, people in the debt matrix, they don't know this. And I want you guys in the SMD family, I want you guys to understand that this is a different language. I guarantee if somebody's watching the stream, I know it's still hard to believe. If somebody's watching the stream, they will have no idea what I'm talking about. They will have no idea. Even understand what I'm saying. This is all they have to do to be successful. If they just treat their personal finances like a business, if they just say, hey, savings minus debt equals how much money I have in real life, they're in the negative. They would say, oh, damn, if this was a business, I'd be broke. I wouldn't even be in business, right? And then they change that, and then they get out of debt. And so when they get out of debt, they'll know how to do it. And then when they time to cross over to business, because people believe that people in business, they must know something. They must be smarter. That's why they own the business. That's a myth. That doesn't mean anything. So when you get onto the business side and you start and you're new to it and you're wondering who you should do business with, this is what you do. You ask each and every person to see their personal credit report first. It will tell you if they're successful or not. If their credit report looks like your credit report, you do business with them because that means they know. See what I'm saying? That's how it works. That's what. But when people in debt try to do this, they have no idea what they're doing. They don't even know how to manage their own finances. So they're going to magically know how to manage business finances. No, they're not. No, they're not.
And see, I've taken a business course, and no one ever says that part. They don't
even teach you that in a business course. They don't teach you that.
No, they teach you how to budget a business, but how can you budget a business if you can't budget your own personal life? Like that's backwards.
But think about it this way, NC Briggs. Every accountant on earth, a trained accountant that went to a university, should never be in debt. They've been trained how to balance books, but yet they don't balance their own. Let's see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter.
Right. Did you get? By the way, did you get a chance to see that topic that I posted to you? I saw a commercial on YouTube about it. Did you see that link I sent you?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, so I sent you a link about something that's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind. It's not gonna surprise you, but it's gonna blow your mind.
Is that the buy the house lease?
Yes.
Okay.
That is exactly what it is. When you go to the website.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I did go to that. Okay, I didn't read it. Okay, no, I did click on that link. I just haven't had a chance to read it. Go ahead, but tell me what you.
Yeah. So what it is okay. So you can't afford a house, right? let's say you can't afford a house. So what happens is you go to them, you go to these guys, they will finance you to like a $150,000 to $200,000. They'll say, okay, we'll buy the house for you, and we'll put you in the house. We'll lease the house to you, and what you'll do is you pay a portion of your income, just like a rent to own. You buy that'll set you up for your down payment for your money for the house. So this link that I saw, I actually saw this as an advertisement on YouTube. I decided to go ahead and send it to you because it's a link. They were advertising it on some channel. I think it was Amazing Lucas's channel. I think it was. I was just like,
I don't know who that is. Who's Amazing?
That's the guy that I sent you. That I told you he was in debt. He said he'll never pay his student loans. You watched part of his video. He was doing the politics, but it was just the fact that I got that link right then, and I was like, wow. I was like, this is insane. So you're leasing out a house. You're leasing out houses now, and
they do people in debt so dirty. I mean, I'm not gonna say dirty. Dirty is my feelings. Okay, dirty is my feeling. Okay, you guys listening to me, if you hear me say a name, that's just my feeling. That has nothing to do with mathematics. I'm not saying the people doing anything illegal. I'm just saying personally, they're doing people in debt so dirty. And it's their fault. You know, people in debt believe they're going to get something for nothing. That's the problem. They just believe there's another way out of debt. Everybody's in debt. Everybody has student loans. Everybody has car payments. Only people in the debt matrix believe that. It's so sad to watch. And when you guys find these links that you guys sent to me, you guys need to subscribe. SMD members, subscribe to them. They will teach you as you're getting out of debt. They will teach you basically what not to do, because everything they say makes no mathematical sense. And then you kind of get an idea and see how they're doing it, because when it's time for you to get into business, you're going to use those same things, but you're going to use it not in a negative way. You're going to use it to sell, because if you don't use what they're saying to sell, you're never going to be in business. See what I'm saying? But you can do it in your own way. Like my business, I sell something that people can use for the rest of their life. Once you cross over, you will automatically use this for the rest of your life. You will automatically become whatever you want to become, right? So I feel good in what I'm doing because I can sleep at night. I can help people. I'm helping people change lives, blah, blah, blah. But there's businesses that make money off of people's ignorance to money. Or not, I say ignorance to mathematics. That's it.
Yeah. That leasing the homes, that messed me up.
That's horrible, man. That's horrible to even hear. That's horrible to even hear.
Because they're gonna go and buy your house for you. They're gonna buy the house you want. They'll even add a few things to it, and then after that, they're gonna set up your down payment, and then you can buy it. Then after that, they'll hold your down payment money.
Okay, so you step outside the debt matrix. This is what it really is. Okay, again, what I'm about to tell you, I can't prove it. I'm not saying they're doing it. I'm not saying. I'm saying this myself, 100% me. They're going to people that cannot afford homes. They don't know they can't afford home. I don't know why they don't know. They don't know, and then they get them into this house because they take out the loan on the house, right? And they get somebody in there that can't even afford a house, but they can make it a payments for about a year or two. These people in debt are going to come and pay off this house for them. Okay. They're coming in to pay off this because the person that's doing this plan, they will never, ever in a million years own the house. They will never own it, but they don't know that. So they're going to come in here, pay all these fees and high price this, high price that, this fee, that fee, this interest rate, that interest rate. And they're going to take all that money and pay off the original loan that they got from the bank for that house. And this person's going to pay off the house. And then once this person no longer can afford the house, guess what? They're going to kick him out. And then they're going to put in another person just like him because the majority of people are in debt. And then they're just going to pay off these houses for him. That's how it really works. Ain't that crazy? That's crazy.
The craziest part is you're looking for your tomb.
Huh?
you're looking for your own tomb. Like it's like you go and looking for your own tomb. Like you're
Yeah.
looking for your own grave to live in. Like
Yeah, and people in debt, they want to be able to get into a house, and then all of a sudden they lease in this house, and then they believe they have something that they can share with their friends. Hey, look at my house, and I'm a homeowner, and this and that. People in debt believe whatever they believe. It doesn't matter. It's horrible. It's horrible to see. It really is bad to see. I feel sad for those people.
And I know you've seen those credit ones where like they can fix your credit, give you like
Oh yeah, there's a million of them. There's a million of them out there.
advertisements like, oh, you one for 115-minute call or something. You can change your credit score.
Experian credit boost, all that stupid nonsense. It's just dumb. It's just dumb. It doesn't. I mean, you see the way I'm saying stupid nonsense? That's my feelings about it. Okay. Don't take my word. Don't say, hey, he said that. No, that's just how I feel about it. Okay. Is it good business? Yes, it's excellent business. Excellent. It's perfect. Just like Drive Time, those Drive Time commercials with the black lady, that's excellent business. Because I know exactly who they're talking to. They're talking to people in debt. Those are the only people that care about credit boost, no money down leases, blah, blah, blah. That's people in debt.
Drive Time is like the worst place you can buy a car too. Like,
oh man, you notice how they bombard you with commercials? Because they're making money. They're making money.
They're almost as bad as Geico.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just so you know, I told you my personal feelings. Like lately, like I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I'm getting there, and it's I'm really close to getting my stuff in the motions. And once that happens, I think I'm estimating about 8-9 months.
Okay.
I'll be free, and I can put my name up there next to your boy. You can have my name right there next to all the other ones. Right now, I'm just like, oh, I want to be up there. I want to be up there with the zeros.
you want to be part of that. You want to be part of that screenshot of a credit report, huh?
Yeah. I want to be up there.
You want to be there. You want to be on that.
Yeah, I gotta be there.
Man,
not even a choice.
People are reaching out. Hey, man, put me up there. Put me up there. And a couple of these are me and everybody else is a client. But see the pattern? That's what yours will look like. That's how you can. That's how you're going to become a millionaire. You'll know. Once your credit report looks like that, you'll know how to weave out all the fakers. You'll be the Neo of the debt matrix.
Yeah, I don't even know how. I don't even know what the next step is yet. But like once I get to that point, it's going to be a lot. I've been looking at videos. You got a few people. Oh my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'll call him back. Somebody called me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I said I've been looking at some of your past videos and looking at some of them talk about some things that some ideas on things that I could do, but I don't focus too much on it.
Don't go that far. You won't understand it right now. You got to get out of debt first. So leave your main focus. Don't worry about what you're going to do after when you get to zero. Don't worry about any of that because you can't. It's impossible, mathematically impossible for you to understand it while you're in debt. You must be out of debt first. Okay. So don't even overwhelm yourself. Okay. Don't even do that.
Yeah. I just wanted, so I didn't want
I know you got the bug and it's a good thing. You got the bug. All right, man. We're going to take some of these other, answer some of these questions on here, man. NC Biggs, it's always been great, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you.
Take care.
All right, man. All right.
Later.
All right, so let's get some of these questions. Abe says, hey, LJ, so are you saying to call the student loan and tell them all payments should go towards principal? All money over your regular payment, because you have a regular monthly payment that they're already going to split up to principal and interest. That one's already going to be split up. But anything over the regular payment, you must tell them anything over the payment, any extra goes to principal. Okay, you must call them and tell them, because if you don't, they'll put everything to interest. That's a must. I do get it. LJ Gabriel says, cool. Hey, reigning woman. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Jennifer. Hello. Mazda 5 says, I ran to pay off that $150 after that. I'm glad you did. You're that much closer. You're that much closer to you're that much closer to financial freedom, that much closer to your slave papers. So you're that much closer. Hello, Amina. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, Amina says, oh no, the black man down speech, right? People in debt always give you this speech to why they're in debt. It's just an SMD family. I'm telling you, you must say, okay. As long as you say, okay, the story will stop, because there's going to be, even if you give them a solution to each one of their stories, they're going to find another story. So you got to say, okay. Again, I want you guys to understand, this is a different language. Anybody from the debt matrix coming in here and listen to this channel, they won't understand a word I'm saying, not a clue. They'll say, oh no, that's not right. That's too easy. If that's too simple. If everybody knew that, whatever. You know, it's like the dude I did the video interview today on. Guess what? On his page, on that particular video, I typed in as a comment. I said just like this. What if I told you they only make people that finance cars wait 8 hours to buy one car? Would you believe me? And Denzel responded with this. Oh, that's obvious. If we had cash, we wouldn't even wait that long. And I would do. If it's so obvious, why aren't you doing it? You know what I responded with? Okay. He responded with this. I'm in the debt matrix. I don't care what you say. I know it's obvious. It's like he's saying it. He doesn't even know he's saying it. He's saying that it's obvious, right? If you guys do the math, it's obvious. They cannot hear you. They cannot hear me. That's why they're saying things like that. Hey, that's obvious. If I had the money, I would buy the car cash and I wouldn't wait that long. Yes. Then if it's obvious, why aren't you doing it? And then they'll give you another excuse. Because if I responded with, if it's so obvious, why aren't you doing it? He would have came back with another excuse. That's why I go, okay, because you got to read 2 steps ahead. If he's responding with something that's in the debt matrix, why would you respond back? Because he's already telling you he lives there. So it doesn't make sense to respond back to that. It doesn't make any sense. Silent Rage says, further proof that you can lead a man to knowledge, but you can't make them drink. Sure can't. What's up, DTN? Welcome. You guys want to join the stream? There's the stream link in there anytime. H&M says, hello, listen to you right now, Linnell, and I just call Navient and make sure I'm paying the full interest on my student loan, and I am when I call Navient today. Yeah, you just call them and say anything over the regular payment, monthly payment. So say, for example, your monthly payment was $200. Okay. When you send in the normal $200, they're going to split off some off to the interest and split a little bit off to your principal. You say, if you send $300, you say, hey, I'm sending, I'm going to just give an example, say it like this. You say anything over the normal payment, right? But if you sent in $300, they would split the two, and then that $100 would go 100% to principal. See what I'm saying? That's how it works. You got to tell them that though. H&M says 30,000 from 1998 to today. Wow. I am sending in my last payment to Navient, $2,026.83. You guys are paying attention to that? That's a person that's telling the truth. See what he's saying? He's putting down to the penny, okay, of student loan. I am finished paying my student loan. Congratulations, H&M, congratulations. You're no longer a student loan slave. You getting your slave papers. You are earning you have got your slave papers. As soon as you see zero, and when they give you that letter to say you just paid off your loan, they're saying, here's your slave papers, you're free. That's what that is. That's what the letter is. When you get that piece of paper, I got one, several of my clients got one. Here's your papers, you're free. Mazda 5 says she still believes the government will pay off her debt and after 10 years and is really waiting 10 years. Yes. Oh, yeah. Some people wait 25 years. 25 years. Oh, yeah. This is a Mazda 5. This is what your friend is saying that she don't know she's saying. Whatever the amount of her student loan debt is, this is what she's saying that she doesn't know that she's saying this. This is why you got to say, okay, What she's saying is this: whatever the amount of the student loan debt is, she doesn't believe she's going to earn that amount. She doesn't believe she will ever earn that amount of money in 10 years of her life. So say like her student loan debt was $50,000. Out of 10 years of her life, she don't believe she's going to earn $50,000. That's what she's saying. I don't believe in myself enough that I will ever earn $50,000 out of 10 years of my life. That's what she's saying. That's exactly what she's saying. And she doesn't know that. So when you come and say, hey, you know, that's probably not a good idea, and then they start giving you excuses, you got to go, okay, they're a slave. And the best slave to have is a slave that doesn't know they're a slave. It doesn't matter if they believe it or not, whatever. If they get upset, if you happen to get caught up, right? If you happen to get caught up with a person in debt and they start getting upset or they start coming up with some excuses, you let them finish out their excuses. You let them completely finish it. And then once they're done, you say, but is my math right? They're going to have to say yes. Let them, they might come up with another excuse. This is if you want to entertain them that long. You got to say, after they're done with the next excuse, you say, but is my math right? They have to say yes. And then if they continue, say, why are you mad if my math is right? That makes absolutely no sense. If they don't hear you from that point, you say, okay, and you leave the conversation. You cannot entertain people in debt, because even though I say this about the slaves that are in debt, they're necessary. We need slaves, volunteer slaves. These are all volunteer slaves. Everybody in debt is a volunteer slave. Okay? Nobody twisted my arm to get student loans. Nobody made me do it. I did it myself. I chose to keep my student loans for 10 years. I saw the balance wasn't going down. I know how to do mathematics, but I chose to ignore it. That's why I kept student loans for 10 years. That's why. I paid all the interest. I mean, can you imagine? Over 10 years and the balance doesn't move? Can you imagine how much money that is? That's a ton of money. And then once you wake up and realize you've done that, and you realize you can't get out of there unless you pay it off. Now you got to think about all the interest you paid from a balance not moving, and you got to still pay interest as you're paying down the balance. Okay, you're still paying interest, not as much, but it still hurts. So if you take the time to ever add up the interest you paid over 10, 20 years, and then the interest you pay as you're paying it off, you probably don't ever want to do that. I've never done that. I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to add that money up, because I'll be pissed. I'm never going to add up. My student loans are paid off. I'm never going to add up the interest I paid over 10 years. Never going to add it up, ever. Any questions, you guys? Any questions? SMD family, let me say this to you guys, okay? You have no idea what it's like. I had no idea that I was going to stumble across something that's so valuable, that will change anybody's life that choose to understand it. I never thought in a million years that I would come up with something that's so valuable that I can 100% prove to be true. SMD family members, listen to me, because I'm way outside the debt matrix, okay? It's amazing to me to show somebody that they're in debt and they don't believe it. It still blows my mind away today. When people in a debt matrix say things wrong, and I say, hey, you do know I can prove to you what I'm saying is right? You do know that. Yeah, I don't like the way, well, forget your feelings. I don't care how you feel about it. I'm saying this. You do know I can prove that you are broke. You do know that, right? Come on. Tell me you know that. Tell me. Please. I'm showing you the math right here. I'm showing it to you. But you don't believe you are broke. No. Now, this is what I think when that happens, okay? This is what I think to myself. Whoever came up with this system, Obviously, it's been in place for centuries. Okay, it's not anything new. It's not nothing spectacular. It's nothing, right? But somebody that can condition that many millions of minds to create such a system, because again, there's two economies. I keep telling you guys this. There's two. There's one that the majority can see, and there's an invisible one. It's a phantom one, but it's only phantom to those who don't believe in mathematics. If you don't believe in math, you'll never see this economy. There's another one right here that sits here. It controls that one. It controls it, but it also depends on it. Now, you come over here, there is no competition. Nobody's stepping on each other to outdo something. There's plenty of room. There's no reason for that. I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna promise you guys, there's no reason to cheat people, to rob people, to lie to people. Now, when I say cheat and rob, I'm just saying financially, not physically. There's no reason to step on people to get higher and all this stupid nonsense. None of that exists over here because there's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for everybody. You just got to get out of debt. That grinding 24 hours a day, you got to be up, you can't sleep, and this and that. That's not true. None of that is true. Who the hell? I don't want to live my life like that. I don't want to be grinding 24 hours a day. Hell no. You don't got to do any of that. That's a myth. Only people in the debt matrix believe that. That's not true. Once you start making real money, your money works for you. You don't have to do anything. Your money's doing it. It's not, you guys don't understand what it's like on this other side of this debt matrix. It's a beautiful place. I'm going fast because I'm 50. And I didn't wake up until I'm 40. And now that I'm 40, I think back when I was like 20s. Had I known this information when I was in my 20s, I'd have been a millionaire a long time ago. I wouldn't have believed in credit scores and 30-year mortgages and financing cars and all that stupid. It was just so stupid. It seems so simple. Hey, Linnell, you know nobody gets a finance car on sale. Why you keep financing cars? I wish to God somebody would have came to me and said it to me like that. Jalen says, yes, I had to tell them to put the extra towards principal once I started paying off the student loans. The first 3 payments, I didn't know any better, so my balance wasn't moving. See what I'm saying? Now, Jalen, I don't know how they legally get away with that. I have no idea how they legally get away with that because I did mine. What I'm telling you guys right now, I overpaid my student loan balance for 1 year before I opened my eyes and checked and say, wait a minute, I'm paying extra on the student loan balance. It still ain't going down. And then when I called them, I said, hey, man, why is my balance not going down? I've been making all these extra payments. Oh, sir, Mr. Young, you got to call us and tell us you wanted to go to principal and not interest. I was like, what? I was like, what'd you say? I said to the lady, who in the world pays extra money? So you say, hey, man, I'm paying extra on this loan. I want you to apply it to interest. Nobody in the world would ever say that. That makes absolutely no mathematical sense. The lady was like, sorry, that's just the rules, blah, blah, blah. I was like, ooh. The first thing I thought to myself, how many people is this happening to? And this is the sign. I keep telling you guys, this is the sign. If you're making extra payments and your due date keeps getting pushed further and further and further out, they're taking all your extra payments and they're putting them on interest. They're not putting, and you go check your balance and it's not going down. If you're checking your balance and you're overpaying and you're paying extra on your student loan debt and your balance still ain't going down, they're putting it on interest. You must call them and tell them to stop doing that. Ooh, when I think about that, you guys, oh my God. Victor Hagan says, if you want to help a family member out of debt, then email them an amortization calculator. Once they see how much interest they're paying, they'll get busy paying off their debts. No, they won't, Victor. That's not true. You're speaking as if the people that you send that calculator to is going to understand what to do. No, they won't. Don't believe me? Send all your friends right now. Email as many as your friends. Say, hey, man, use this calculator so you can get yourself out of debt. Here, use that calculator. They won't understand a word you're saying, Victor. No, they won't. That's not true. You can put all the tools you want in front of a person in debt, they still won't. They'll look like, what's that going to do? No, they're not going to be. No, they won't. They won't even know the word. I can barely amortization. You think they're even going to know? Check it out. You think people in debt are even going to look up the definition of that word? No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. They don't even know they're in debt. You think they're going to use that calculator? No, they're not. They're not going to go, whoa, oh my God, look at this interest. They don't even understand percentages, interest rates. No, they don't. They don't understand any of that. This is how I know. Because if somebody finances a car, number one, just finances a car, and then they finance this car at 20-something% interest rate, they don't know anything about that type of calculator, nor will they take the time to understand it. No, they won't. This is a totally different language. The sooner you guys understand it, SMD family, you understand it, that like you look at it like a French, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, Japanese. This is a different language, but this language is spoke universally to only people that understand it. That's it. You guys think I'm joking? I'm not. That's why I use things like this. Victor says, do this. And I say, okay, Victor, do it. And then you let me know how many people respond with you saying, oh man, Victor, I'm glad you sent me that calculator, man. I added up all my debt and my interest rate, and man, I didn't realize I was in debt. No, that's not going to happen. No, it's not. Sorry, Victor. I'm not picking on you, man. I'm just saying what is. Welcome to my world. I've decided with this channel that I'm no longer going to dumb down my stuff to try to convince people in debt that they're in debt. I'm only going to be talking the way this is who I'm talking to right now. There are people right now walking around in the debt matrix that they know something is wrong. They know something is not right. They know something is not right, right? They know it, but they can't put their finger on it. They're just walking around, man, I know credit, man. If I just pay cash, wouldn't I just be done with it? You want to go, yes, you will be done with it. But my friends, they keep saying that I should keep financing something for my credit. And it doesn't make any mathematical sense. All you got to do is, anybody can do this. All you got to do is stop and make mathematical sense. Wait a minute. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. Nobody. Why do I think I got that car on sale when I could just look to the back of my paperwork and the 72-month paperwork and clearly see that I didn't get it on sale? They can do that. You know why? Because so many people in the debt matrix are around them telling them what to do in the debt matrix. Oh man, everybody finances cars. Everybody has student loans. Everybody. As soon as you hear the word everybody, you should stop listening to them because it's not true. That's not true. Everybody doesn't finance cars. Everybody doesn't finance cars. Everybody doesn't have student loans. Everybody doesn't have credit card debt. That's not true. Only people in the debt matrix believe that. Only people in debt have student loan debt. Only people in debt have car loan debt. Only people in debt have credit card debt. The people in the debt matrix do that. Get outside the debt matrix and you'll see it. What's up, Sneaker Life? What's going on? No more speaking debt. Hey, Sneaker Life, don't speak debt. And if any of you guys, this is for everybody. If you're wondering, if you're saying something in debt, because it's tough. If you've been in debt matrix all your life, it's tough to know when you're speaking debt and when you're not. Ask me, shoot me an email, shoot me a text, say, hey man, if I said this out loud, am I speaking debt? I'll tell you yes or no. Okay. And I'm gonna just give you guys a hint so you guys can understand if you're speaking debt. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, you're speaking debt. That's it. I'm not saying anything spectacular. I'm only using the math that I learned in grade school. Okay. I'm not doing anything fancy. If it doesn't make mathematical sense, it's not true. Math, always remember this, math and money are one. If math didn't exist, we wouldn't have the ability to count money. We could pick up stacks and go, what are we going to do with this? What are those funny symbols on the green pieces of paper, right? So, oh, math, 1, 100, 200, 300. All right, cool. So if you know this, if you go and finance a car, you know you're paying more for the car than what it's worth. That makes absolutely no mathematical sense. So if it doesn't make mathematical sense, it doesn't make financial sense either. CENTS. So don't ever say things something like, "Hey man, I got a good deal on the cell phone. I'm only paying $50 a month." Don't ever say that out loud. Don't you tell the world. You don't know who's around you when you say that. "Oh man, I got a great deal on this car. 1 point something percent." Don't ever say that. Because if I was standing there, I'd be like, "Oh my God, he's in a debt matrix. He has no idea what he's just said." Woman says, "Oh, I got the brand new iPhone 11. Yeah, did you pay cash for that?" No. Then in my mind, I think, what the hell is it doing in your hand? "Oh yeah, and then I got insurance on." You got insurance on it? You got insurance on a finance phone that you got to pay a deductible if you ever break it. Are you insane? No. They don't understand. This is what I sound like to people in the debt matrix. You guys ready? Charlie Brown teacher voice. That's why people get mad. They're like, "I don't know what you're saying, LJ. What? Everybody does this. See what I'm saying? It's horrible. It's horrible." Jalen says, "My monthly payments are close to $800. So yeah, it was close to $2,400 paid without my balance moving. At 23 years old, that was a hard pill to swallow, but I had to learn some way or other." Yes, that's true. Don't worry about it. Hey man, don't worry about it. Just be happy as hell that you understand now that I'm here to tell you, everybody's not in debt. Everybody doesn't have student loans. Okay. I was telling somebody, if you're out there in the debt matrix, right, and you want to be able to tell who has money and who doesn't, this is what I want you to do, to say to the people in the debt matrix how to tell if they're in debt. Okay. This is how to tell without them knowing you're asking to see if they're in debt. This is all you got to do. Say something like this. I like using this one because people can connect with it easy. You walk up to the person and go, "Ooh, man, can you believe student loan debt is up to $1.6 trillion? Oh my God, I sure hope the congressman or the U.S. Senate wipes away all the debt." Now, if the person you're talking to gets emotionally involved, like, "Oh my God, yes. Ooh, I hope they do something about that student loan debt." And then, right? Automatically they're in debt. They don't know they're telling you that they're in debt. Because if you came up to me and told me say, "Hey man, that student loan debt's out of control. I sure hope that," you know what I would say? "I didn't know. Is it? What's the problem? What's going on with it? Oh, went up? Oh, it's higher now? Oh, okay. Whatever." It has absolutely nothing to do with me. I don't care. I'm not going to get emotionally involved in something that has nothing to do with me. "Oh man, there's trillions of dollars in car loan debt, man. It's just outrageous. These car payments are getting outrageous." They are? What are they up to now? Wow, that's pretty crazy. Car interest rates are low, high. What? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that. That has nothing to do with me. I don't care. Jalen says, "What's up, Sneaker Life? Been following your channel for the past few years." Hey, you guys. Let me give a shout out to go follow his channel. Actually, let me put his channel up there. Let me do a shout out to him. 1 second, you guys. Let me throw this up, his sneaker channel up there. Hey man, thanks for jumping in, man. I appreciate it. I'm gonna work. I asked, see if he can come on the channel. I want you guys to talk to him. Me and Sneaker Life gonna team up and gonna have him come on the channel. Hell, if you can come on now if you want. Hey, Sneaker Life, if you want to jump on now, you can, man. It's really open for all you guys. I do this all the time. Just in case if you want to do something now, you can jump in and you can click on the link. You don't have to, you can get on camera. You don't have to get on camera. It's totally up to you. Or you can just wait for the interview. It's totally up to you. But you are welcome, man. You're welcome, man. You know what? I've always wanted to help young entrepreneurs because you guys, if I had known this in my 20s, something so simple. This is so simple. There's his link to his go subscribe to him. That's his link to his channel. Pay close attention to the quality of his videos. He clearly puts time into his videos. It's clear. Pay attention to the quality. Okay. That says a lot about a person that you're buying from, that you're going to follow. Pay attention to the quality of his videos. Okay. Quality. You guys want to jump on? Anybody can jump on. Anybody can jump on. You don't have to get on camera. You can turn off the camera, whatever. It's totally up to you. What's up? Reigning Woman says, yes, indeed. Man. It's weird how everybody want to call me and stuff. When I get online for something. I could be all day, not a call, right? And then as soon as you jump on, one call, I mean, call after call, right? So, like I said, living over here, once you get out of the debt matrix, first you gotta, I put up a meme yesterday. It says, do you want to be a millionaire? You must first learn how to count to 1 million first. And then savings minus debt equals how much, equals where you start. That's the number you start from. Savings minus debt equals where you start to count to 1 million. Okay. A lot of people, you can give that to, you can say that to a person in the debt matrix. Say, hey man, you want to be a millionaire? Yeah. First, you got to know how to count to 1 million. They'll take offense to that. They'll be like, what do you mean count to 1 million? I say, yeah, count to 1 million. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals the number you start from. That's where you start to count to 1 million. There is no other way. This is what math says. Math says that's where you start. Everybody starts different. Amal says, oh, Ish, I've been subscribed to Sneaker Life channel. He had a video talking about a range he financed. Guess he realized he made a mistake. I don't know. Ask him. I don't know. You ask him. And you know what's so funny? That's what I'm going to share with you guys. You guys don't even realize, because I saw the same video. Amal. You don't even realize the guts it takes to even say that you made a financial mistake in a video in it. You know, people don't even really get that, because people make these mistakes all the time, but they don't make videos about them. They don't say, hey, man, yeah, I did this, finance that, I messed up and did. They don't do that. They don't do that. Abe says, LJ, I'm so afraid of getting all these student loans to be able to do what I want. I'm so afraid of getting all these student loans to be able to do what I want. What do you mean by that, Abe? I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'm afraid of getting these student loans to be able to do. I'm unsure what you mean by that. Can you rephrase that statement? But yeah, subscribe to his channel. There you go. One more time. Let me put my stuff across there at the bottom. There we go. Free 30-minute consultation right there at the bottom. Okay. If you're wondering if you're ready, if you're in debt, you're ready. Okay. I will design a plan for you. Listen to you. The phone call is this, so you guys clearly understand. You don't have to be prepared for anything. You don't have to get a hold of documents and paperwork and all this other stuff. The 30 minutes is yours. I just want to listen to the way you speak about money. Okay. I listen to where you're at, how you speak about money, and I'll know exactly what to do for you once I hear you. Okay. And I want you to be totally comfortable in speaking with me about it, because when you come to if you're part of the SMD family, this is where you can come and not be ridiculed for not knowing something. Only people in the debt matrix think they know everything and try to shame you if you don't. But if you don't know, you don't know. You don't know if they know what they're telling you. You have no idea how many things I hear right now from the people in the debt matrix, have not a clue of what they're saying. But if you're in debt, you don't know that they don't know. You don't know. But all you have to do is do the mathematics, and you'll clearly see that they don't know. Okay. I can't hop in today. Headed to the gym. Definitely do the consultation, everyone. Thanks, man. Sneaker Life. That's okay. Yeah, I was just throwing it up there. That was we're gonna do a date. Okay, so I know you got your things to do as well. So I was just throwing it out there. So, but I appreciate you jumping on, man. Thanks, man. You know, a lot of people listen to me in the gym. I don't know if you're one of those people, but I got to listen to hardcore rap music when I'm working. I can't listen to things that get my brain. But teach their own. Appreciate it. What's up, Cosmic Wisdom? Listening to the game, yeah. Sneaker Life. This is the person you want to listen to when it's time to invest in properties. She's debt-free. She knows how to speak debt-free. When you're ready, it's the Investor Pro. You want a debt-free Investor Pro, somebody that speaks debt-free. Because you come to her, she's going to know if you speak debt-free or not. If you speak in debt, you're going to be wasting her time, and she's not going to be talking to you. Okay, that's anybody in the room. You want some great, it's up to her. You want that's the person you want to shoot some DMs to, whatever, right? But if you're speaking debt, she's gonna know it, and she's gonna know you're wasting her time. Okay, all right. Any questions, you guys? Any questions? If you want to jump on, there you go. Free 30-minute consultation. Scrolling there along the bottom. Go to SavingsMinusDebt.com, click on book consultation, and set yours up. You schedule it. And please don't forget to make sure you set your time zone, please, because I'm East Coast time zone right now. So I'm East Coast time zone. So if you can make sure, especially if you're West Coast, make sure you set your time zone. Okay, please, appreciate it. I always double check because sometimes people I've set up some appointments, didn't realize the time zone wasn't checked, and I would call at the wrong times, thinking in my brain, oh man, they knew I was calling. How come they wasn't ready? And it was just a time zone thing. So, all right. Any questions? All right, let me scroll down here. Thank you, Green Machine. Much appreciated. Get them likes up. Please don't forget to subscribe. Much appreciated, Green Machine, again. I love the shout out from Sneaker Life. Much appreciated, man. I love it, man, when I connect to the younger people, man. I want you guys in your 20s, man. I want you guys to see this, man. If you guys know this at this age, oh man, you guys are going to see the second economy. There's two of them. There's two economies. You cannot see it when you're in debt. You probably have heard, many of you guys probably heard phantom income. Okay. Phantom income. I look at this as a phantom economy. It's only phantom to those who are in debt. It's only phantom to those who do not trust mathematics. That's only once you get out of debt, you'd be like, oh man, that economy was sitting right here all the time. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's right there. It's right in your face. It's right in your face. Everyone is hiding this topic. What do you mean, Green Machine? What do you mean everyone is hiding? Oh, hiding from this topic. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, Abe, I didn't see you in there. I'm sorry, Abe. I didn't see you in there. 1 second. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Abe?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate it.
Good morning. No problem.
Morning.
I came in a little later, but I heard you talking about your student loan, how you were making you're saying to make payments on it, but not the just the principal, not the actual interest, right?
So what I was saying is this: first, you say like your student loan, your normal student loan payment was $100. I mean $200. Okay.
Yeah.
If you when you make the normal payment, but they'll split that payment, some to principal and some to interest. Okay. Now, if you make $100 over, so say like you decide you're going to start making $300 payments instead of $200 payments. Okay. You have to call them and tell them first that the extra $100 is going to go over to principal. You have to tell them that, because if you don't call them first and tell them that, they're going to put it all on interest. That makes sense? If it doesn't make sense, tell me it doesn't make sense.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Okay. All right.
So are you're paying for the actual principal, not the interest, right? Because if you're making payments on interest and your balance isn't going down, right?
Correct. Correct. If you didn't call them and tell them, they're gonna put it on interest and your balance never goes down. Exactly.
Wow.
Mhm.
That doesn't even sound legal.
That doesn't even sound legal. And that's what, when I called the lady and asked her, I said, how is that even legal? Of course, she couldn't answer the question. She was just the lady on the phone. I was just frustrated, right? I was like, that doesn't even make any sense. How is that even who pays extra to go on interest? Nobody. That doesn't even make sense. But you guys legally get away with it. Whatever. It's my fault. Whatever. However they're doing business, it's my fault for not using mathematics. It's my fault.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that the whole student loan does kind of scare me a little bit. It's like, man, how am I going to pay all this off?
You just, you know what? You got to do this. Take the scare out of it and say, I have to pay it off.
Yeah.
Don't even put your feelings into it no more. Because if you don't pay it off, you're going to die with it. You're going to be a slave until you're dead.
Yeah, this channel definitely motivates me and gets me on the right path.
Good, man. I'm happy. Remind me your age again?
32.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You don't think 30's old. Okay. Don't fall into that trap. Okay, that's a trap. I'm 30. I should be here. I should have that. That's debt speak. Okay, that's debt people saying, hey, you should have as much debt as I have at age 30. That's what they're saying. Okay. Don't fall for that. Don't do that. You're young. 30's not old. And if you get out of debt in your 30s, hell, take your whole 30s to pay it off. It won't even matter. As long as you're out of debt, make a commitment to yourself. I'm gonna be debt free by 40. Because one or two things are going to happen. You're going to be 40 without a doubt. Are you going to be 40 with debt or without debt? That's totally up to you. But because you're going to be 40, that ain't no stopping that.
Yeah. So you're definitely not against taking out student loans.
No. This is my thing on that, Abe. If you go to college for 4 years, you take 4 years to pay that debt off.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm not against it. I'm against keeping student loans for life, going to college for 4 years and taking 20 years to pay it off. That makes absolutely no mathematical sense whatsoever.
Right.
People think it's normal. Only people in the debt matrix believe everybody has student loans and everybody has student debt. Whatever they believe, it doesn't matter what they believe, really. Whatever.
Yeah. Like always, I always appreciate it, sir. Thanks for clearing up stuff. I'm always learning something new on this channel, and I'm very excited. I'm always on, just soaking up game.
Appreciate it, man, and just like make sure you pick something relevant. I think we already talked about that. You are going into something relevant for that degree, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Something that's going to make you the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time. As soon as you grab that, as soon as you land that good job, you start paying off that debt.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot. You have a good morning, okay?
You too, man.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Reigning Woman says, man, I had something on my credit card as a recurring charge. After listening to you, I asked myself, what sense did that make? I am taking that off of reoccurring charges. Yeah, take that off. Take that off. And hey, I'm glad you brought this up, Reigning Woman. I want you guys to know something. This is good. Okay, this is good that what the credit cards do. Okay, the credit card companies do this. Now, okay, I'm gonna tell. God, how can I say this? All right, it sounds like a benefit, but when you're outside the debt matrix, it doesn't. All right, so say like your credit card. Say like your credit card is attached to multiple businesses as for reoccurring payments, right? Now, some people sign up for so many things, they can't keep track of what they signed up for. So what I used to do years ago, I say, okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to cancel that credit card and tell them, you lost it or stole it, or just you want new numbers. It doesn't matter, right? It's all legal, right? I wouldn't tell you to do anything illegal. And then you get a new card with new numbers. That way, the people everybody that you are connected to, they'll start bouncing. And then once they bounce, you can say, oh, I do want to keep that. I don't want to keep that. I do want to keep that. You have the choice. So you don't have to worry about finding them. You cancel the card and they come to you telling you who's attached to your old car, right? But what I found is this. I found that businesses, now the credit card companies now offer a service to businesses to say, if this person gets a new car with new numbers, their databases are updated with the new card information. Okay. And this is how I figured this out. I remember, because every year I get a new car with new numbers. I just do that. I just like doing that because it helps with security. It keeps it changing, so I'm a hard scam target. Okay. I'm a harder, more difficult scam target. Right. But I noticed when I got a new car one time, I started getting these charges that I knew I didn't update my card with these businesses. I was like, how in the hell how'd you guys know my new number? I know for a fact I didn't give you my new number. And the only thing I could think of was my credit card company giving that information. They're the only people that could have gave the business my new credit card information. They offer it as a service that is updated. So when I got my new card, I called them and said, I had to specifically say this. Hey, I'm getting a new card. I do not want you to update any vendor with my new credit card information. No vendor. You know what they say to me? Oh, what are you talking about? What? We don't understand. I'm like, what? Are you really saying that to me? Are you serious? I didn't say that to him. I was like, you guys are good. I said, and then they start saying things like, what do you mean? I don't understand. I said, hey, I don't care if you understand what I mean. What is it? Want you to make sure you make a note on my file that I said this today at this date. Give me a reference number so I can make sure you guys understand. So if it happens, I'm gonna call you back and say, hey, didn't I tell you back on this date? Here's the reference number, and here is who I talked to. Because you notice every time you try to change something with credit card companies, you guys email me a confirmation number or some kind of confidence that we had this conversation. Oh no, our system's not set up like that. Really? It's 2020. You can't send an email out to confirm, but you sure send out emails for me to try to charge something, to buy something. Their email system works fine, but confirmation time, that we had a phone call, notes, they can't do that. See what I'm saying? That's all part of the business. Okay. What's up, Jaws? Going on? Good morning. Almal says, do people take out loans to pay for weddings? You better believe they do. Oh, you better. They're financing the ring. If somebody going to finance a ring, you think they have the money for the wedding? No, they don't. If you're financing a ring, you thought a phone goes down in value. You finance a diamond ring and see how fast that goes down. Diamonds are not rare. That's not true. That's just a slogan. Diamonds are not rare. They just made people believe that diamonds cost that much. They really don't. That's just what people believe. Okay. People in debt believe that. I'm not paying that much for a ring. I'm not doing that ever. Never. I'm never doing that. People finance everything. I always say this I want you guys to understand the SMD family. I keep reiterating this. This is a different language. Now listen to what I'm saying, okay? People in the debt matrix don't understand that money is not real for them. They don't know that. All they got to do is add up all their savings and add up all their debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money they have in real life. If that's in a large negative number, check it out. If that's say like in this example, I always give this example. Say like this example, somebody's in $50,000 worth of student loan debt. And then they have $1,000 cash in their pocket, cash that they can smell and spend it on and lend some to their friends, right? According to mathematics, $1,000 cash minus $50,000 student loan debt is negative $49,000. That cash that they believe is in their hand is not really there. Now, if that person took that $1,000 cash and gave it to me, and I put it in my hand, now it's real because I'm not in debt. I just add that to the stack. See what I'm saying? I can take that $1,000 and add it to the stack. But when you're in debt, math says you're negative 49,000. So that's not real. See, I can hand it back to them and now it's invisible. Hand it back to me. Now it's real. Hand it back. It's invisible. See? See how I did that? No fancy trick. I didn't do the old switcheroo. I love it here, you guys. I love being this person. I ain't gonna lie. I love being this person that's gonna help those who are ready to listen. And like I was saying earlier, I threw off myself. I'm catching the people that are wandering around in the debt matrix lost. They know something is wrong. They're just like, this doesn't make sense. Each time I get a raise, I'm still broke. Each time I win money, I'm still broke. Each time somebody gives me money, I'm still broke. I have no idea what's going on. And they're wandering in the debt matrix. They don't know what to do. And then they come across me and say, oh my God, his math makes sense. And then they come on over. What's up, Shar123? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Savings Minus Debt. I'm your host, LJ Young. Schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Scroll in there at the bottom. I'll change your life forever. I promise. Bring you right out the debt matrix. If you're financing a car, you're in a debt matrix. If you have student loan debt and you don't even know the balance, you're in the debt matrix. Only people in debt have student loan debts. Doesn't matter what they look like. Don't worry about their car. Doesn't matter. They're just a slave driving a nice car. You guys have no idea how many fakers are out there. There's so many fakers out there. You guys have no idea how to distinguish from them. If the things they say don't make mathematical sense, if you think you're gonna get something for nothing, all this other stuff, they're faking. That's not true. That's not true. Nobody gets a finance car on sale. So if you went on a car lot and thought you got a great deal, you didn't. You believe you did, but you didn't. You're just a slave driving a nice car with student loan debt in the trunk. Black Knight says the people in debt matrix don't know the difference between income and net worth. Hey, and Black Knight, I like that. Your comment that you recently made, man, that was spot on, man. I like that. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. If you guys haven't seen Black Knight's comment, you need to go read it. A recent comment. Go check it out. Perfect. Perfectly said. That's why we're able to talk. And even if when you go read that comment, check this out. You guys don't even get it. Go read that comment. Guarantee you people in debt will not have a clue of what Black Knight's talking about. They won't even understand anything he's saying. Nothing. What the hell is this garbly goop? What the hell is he talking about? Exactly. They're not going to understand it. Nothing. That's why we're able to talk about this in the open. Doesn't matter. They can't hear me. You go ask anybody, hey man, you know how much student loan debt you're in? And they'll guess they're in debt. If you're guessing how much debt you're in debt. You're a slave. Oh, I think it's around this. I think it's sort of that. I don't, you know the percentage rate on your card? No, man, I can't remember. You got PMI? I don't know. What's that? What type of mortgage you have? I don't know. What's the only people in debt say such things? You know what it sounds like outside the debt matrix? If somebody asks you how much student loan debt you're in and you don't know, this is what it sounds like. When you say, I don't know, it's around this. This is what it sounds like outside the debt matrix. If I asked you, hey, what's 1 + 1? And you go, hey, I don't know. It's sort of around kind of 5. I don't know, 5-ish. That's what it sounds like outside the debt matrix. Do you know what percentage rate you have on your car? Well, sort of, kind of. This is what it sounds like. Hey, man, you know what 5 + 5 is? Well, it's woof. Well, my cousin said it was. That's what it sounds like. So if this is you and you don't know your exact debt, that's what you sound like to us. That's why I go, okay. Oh man, you know me, the student loan debt, I just go, okay. I don't even pay attention to slaves. I don't pay attention to them because they're choosing to be slaves. I don't listen to slave talk. That's why people like me, Dave Ramsey, other people that outside the debt matrix, that's why we sound rude to people. Because it's almost like, man, I'm just talking math. Why are you talking like that? That's why it sounds like we're just being, because I would just stop, because it's like you're not using math and it's frustrating me. That's why we stop. Jaws 2003 says, what's the maximum credit limit you recommend on a credit card besides security between your cash? I know you don't care for the reward programs. Don't worry about credit card limits. It doesn't matter. You could have them. I could have $1 million credit card limit. It doesn't matter. It's not my money. Credit card limits don't mean anything to me. You know, I mean, I like having the size. I like having the amount. I think my card is probably like 20,000, maybe somewhere around there. But I've never used 20,000. You know, it's just nice to, because I only use a credit card when I go places and travel. So it's nice to have it when I do hotels, cars. I know I ain't going to be like, hey, denied. I've never really thought about that anymore, about crossing your fingers if the card's going to go through. That's a whole different. If you're going up to something and you're crossing your fingers that your credit card works, you're in debt. Okay, that's only people in debt think like that. So you get out of that. You have a limit, and you don't worry about stuff like that, right? So don't worry about that. And reward programs, I'm not against reward programs, Jaws, but I'm against annual credit card fees. I don't pay to have a piece of plastic in my pocket. I don't pay an annual fee for that. I would never do that. There's not enough reward points in the world for me to pay a yearly fee on a credit card. I'm not doing that. Any questions? Any more questions, you guys? This is we're gonna go all right now. We're gonna go to 2 hours 30 minutes. Right now we're 2:11 in right now, so we'll go 2 hours 30 minutes if the questions keep coming. And if you guys want to join, I want to reiterate this. If you want to join the conversation, there you go. Anytime. 2003 says, okay, cool. I was just about to retype the question. I wanted to have a concise comment. Yeah, that's cool. No problem. No problem. Nicer says, I'm not on Facebook much, but after coming across LJ's channel, I avoid Facebook even more because my news feed is a lot of finance, phones, and student loans. Yeah, that's a Nicer. That's what happens naturally. Once you get out of the debt matrix, you hear so much. The debt matrix is so noisy. It's really a lot of noise, especially on Facebook. Facebook is a lot of noise. It's a lot of noise. And I don't have Facebook on my phone. I can't have that much noise because there's a lot of people on there just speaking debt, telling you how to do something, telling you what you should invest in. And they just look the part. They might be groomed, nice car, house, clothes, and you see their office and all this other stuff. So you assume that they must got their stuff together because you're looking at it. But in reality, you don't know anything. You can't tell anything. You don't know until you see their personal finances. That's why it doesn't matter what they look like. And once you get out of debt matrix, you'll understand this too. Everything is a thing. This is what it's like to live like me outside the debt matrix. I don't care what the car is. I don't care what the shoes are. Like if I see they say, some shoes are worth $1,000. I think in my mind it didn't cost $1,000 to make those shoes. Why would I ever believe you said that? That doesn't even make any sense to me. I would never pay $1,000 for shoes. I know they didn't cost $1,000 to make. I know that. There's no way it's one pair of shoes costs $1,000 to make. But if you believe and you convince enough people to believe it's $1,000, that's great. That's cool. But everything is a thing now to me. Everything. So people's stuff on Facebook, that's why, just like Nicer says, I gotta turn that off. I gotta unfollow people because they talk. It's hard to describe when you can see the fakers pretending to have money. It's so obvious because the majority of the people that pretend to have money, they do things that people with money would never do. They would never do certain things. They wouldn't do that. There's no point in doing a lot of things you see on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. They do a lot of things that you just wouldn't do with your money. It doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Why? That's what I say all the time. Why would I do that? Why would I spend it on that? Why would I pay for that? There's no reason. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Thank you guys for participating. While we're taking a break here for people to jump in here, please hit that like button. All right. You want to share? Just Google, tell them. You don't even have to tell them my name, what I do. Just say, hey, man, I heard this dude. He talks about finances. Say Google hashtag #SavingsMinusDebt. I will be the only person that pops up in the search. I will be the only person. Okay. Just tell them, just Google this, and I'm the only person that'll pop up. All right. If you want a t-shirt, SavingsMinusDebt t-shirt, go to my website under products, pick a size, pay the price, and then I will get that out as soon ASAP. Here's where you find me on Instagram, SavingsMinusDebt. There's my Cash App. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. I always forget to say that. I appreciate the donations and the notes you guys leave under those donations, that what I've done for you, how I've changed your life, et cetera, et cetera. Much appreciated. Okay. There's my PayPal. There you go. And again, thank you, everybody, for the donations. Much appreciated. And I thank you to all my new clients. Much appreciate that, too. Thank you. Thank you. So any other questions? Any other questions? Oh, Raining Woman's jumping in. 1 second here. Coming on, Raining Woman. Be there in just a second. All right, here you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing?
I am blessed and I'm grateful. Good morning to you. I just wanted to come on really quickly and just say how much I really appreciate your method of teaching and sharing advice, and you're actually helping me to have different conversations with the younger people in my family. I think the most powerful things that really got clear is not just how debt is a choice, but you don't have to get into debt. Like, you don't, as a young person, going into debt is not something that you have to do. So, I mean, just that in of itself is just so powerful. And especially, thank you, especially at such a time as this, when we have so many opportunities and so much information available to us over the internet. And when we have not just that, but when we really and truly are in a technology era, and knowing that this is the era that not only is it just an era, but it's only going to be enhanced from this point on. So to prepare our younger people for artificial intelligence and not being dependent on an income from someone else, by not being in debt from the jump, and obtaining skills and having a self-university of education, and to just take advantage of that, and to even go ahead and stay home a little bit longer. I'm offering for my younger cousins stuff like, if you don't want to stay at home, you can come and stay with me, for a little while. Like, just don't go and get into debt trying to prove how wrong you are or anything like that, because it doesn't, like, you have nothing to prove. And also encouraging me to have conversations with younger people that's getting married, to not have children right away, to not start a family while you're in debt.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm glad you're connecting with the young people, because it's so important. It can change their life.
Yeah, but they don't have to make the same mistakes our elders made and that we made it our not knowing. And for us, now it's like we're running out of excuses of our not knowing. Ignorance by itself is about to be just that. It's a choice to be ignorant.
And one other thing I like that, and I appreciate you teaching the young people, and also what I teach them too is now that they know it's a choice, I want them to also see that it's also a necessity that the majority of people stay in debt, because it wouldn't work if they didn't choose to stay in debt. You know what I'm saying? That's how it all works. Because if everybody woke up, like if everybody just said, "Hey, we're getting out of debt," I say the whole economy would crash, because there would be nobody left to finance cars, shoes, clothes, washer and dryers. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It goes back to, if it was easy, everybody would do it.
Exactly. And in actuality, it is easy. Actually, we're just using basic math. We're not even doing anything fancy right now.
Right. But the discipline and the sacrifice was not easy. The mindset is not what's easy. So I thank you so much, Ronnie.
I thank you for following me, Rating Woman. I appreciate it. And I appreciate your support. Much appreciated.
All right. Have a great day.
All right. You too. Thank you. Wow. See what I'm saying? I love that. I love that more and more people are reaching the younger people. Okay. I don't want you to, because I'm telling you right now, I'm 50. I'm 50 right now. Okay. 50 is like, that's like the deadline. That's like, if you ain't woke up by 50, if you ain't woke up by 50, man, I got some bad news for you. You better get on your grind. You better get on your grind. I didn't wake up till 40. And when I say wake up at 40 means I didn't wake up and say, "Hey, I'm in debt. Let me get out of debt." No, it didn't happen like that. I knew at age 40, something was wrong. I just couldn't put my finger on it. I didn't know what was wrong. I had to slowly progress and say, "Oh, it's debt. Oh, that's why I never to finance things. Oh, taxes can help you build wealth. Oh," and then it just starts coming to you. You know what I'm saying? Jaws 2003 says, "My personal Facebook is full of people who finance cars and homes, about to finish paying off this car of mine soon." Yeah. See how you can see it, Jaws? That's debt noise. When you're in debt, you got to remember, when you're in the debt matrix, you don't hear that noise, because it's just part of your everyday life. Oh, this person got a raise, or they got a new job, so they went and bought a new house, and then they bought a new car to match it, not realizing they're just buried themselves deeper in debt, because when you go higher up in income, you go higher up in taxes. But if you go into debt, and they're going in debt at the same time, so they're going like, their finances are going like this. They're really going down in the hole double faster. You know what I'm saying? NC Big says, "LJ, does your family at least support your page?" My sister does. My other family members, they don't. No, they don't. And I'm not blaming them for not supporting. It doesn't matter. They just don't know. They're in a debt matrix. They're not going to really support something they don't understand. I get it. They're not doing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? They're not saying, "Hey, I ain't supporting him because I just want him to do bad." No, they see something I'm doing, and they don't really understand what I'm doing. So they just go, "Oh, okay, whatever. Linnell's just doing his thing." Okay. Not a big deal. All right, Nicer. Have a wonderful, sunny, debt-free day. All right, you have a good one. Yeah, it's you know, once you get out of debt matrix, you got to understand that you're going to want to help your family, the people you love. You're going to want to help them once you understand, once you know, because I'm telling you guys, I have the answer. It's very difficult to hold a multi-million-dollar idea, not even an idea, a multi-million-dollar fact that I know for a fact this can change anybody's life. I'm holding it right here. Now, am I figuring out trying to sell it? Yeah, because I got to survive. Money exists for me. In order for me to survive and have a house, I got to have money, right? But I don't think of money like that. you know, and I have this multi-million idea that I can prove. I can actually prove everything I'm saying, everything that I can prove it can change somebody's life right here. And I'm trying to say here, but if they don't understand it, it doesn't matter. But I'm not talking to people that I'm not talking to slaves that absolutely refuse to accept that they're a slave. I'm not talking to them. It doesn't matter. Anything they say will never make mathematical sense. So when they start rambling off at the end of everything they say, I say, is my math right? They have to say yes, or they're going to look like idiots in front of people that are watching. They have to say yes. Hey, you got a great deal on the car, right? And then if I say, you know, if you finance a car, you're actually paying more for the car than what it's worth, right? You do know that, right? They'll say yes. They have to say yes. And then you got to go, then why are you doing it? But I wouldn't say that, because if they knew that that was the case, they wouldn't do it. So I'm kind of like asking them that will be answering my own question. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, okay, because that's how it stops. You see your loving family members doing things that they shouldn't do, believe student loans are forever. And if you say, hey, you do know you're going to be a slave until you're dead if you don't pay that off, right? And they say, well, yeah, I know. Then that's when you got to just walk away. You got to go, okay. They know they're a slave. Branding Woman says, yeah, it's foreign to them. Yep, they don't. I want to reiterate to you guys got to really understand this. We're talking a whole different language. They don't understand what you're saying. I promise you, they don't. So you got to stop. You got to go, okay. Because remember, if they knew what they were doing, they wouldn't do it. So since they don't know what they're doing, that's why they're doing it. They don't know. Any other questions? Anybody else want to come on to the channel today? There you go, just in case. All right, we got about, unless somebody come on, we're going to close this down in about 4 minutes, 2 hours, 30 minutes, okay? Anybody's ready to come on there? Again, free 30-minute consultation right there at the bottom. Go to SavingsMinusDebt.com, click on book free consultation or book consultation. I can't remember exactly what I put up there, but click on that. Make sure you choose your time zone and whatever time works best for you, and then we'll get started. You know, what I do is create a debt-free plan. I will teach you how to get out of debt. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach you how to get yourself out of debt. And everything I tell you, it will be justified with mathematics. I will show you. I will say, this is how much debt you're in. These are the steps you need to do to get out of debt. And when you get here, you'll be free. And they say, what do you mean? Like this, those numbers. First, you got to, because a lot of people don't even know their total debt. Okay, that's step number one. The step number one for any of my clients, no matter what level you start at on my program, everything starts with your credit report. Everything starts with you knowing how much exactly down to the penny of how much debt you're in. You can do this to kind of give you an idea. I want you guys to do something if you follow me, right? This is what I want you to do. This is how your world will be, okay? Take your time, log on to Credit Karma. You don't even have to add it up yourself. As soon as you log in Credit Karma, click on a button, it'll tell you your total debt right at the top. Okay, it'll tell you your exact total debt. You take that number, write it down, so you know, you walking around, you know how much debt you're in. I want you to ask 20 of your friends. Say, hey man, do you know how much debt you're in? See how many of your friends will know the exact number. Don't say why, what, don't respond with anything. Just casually ask it. Hey man, I got a lot of debt. You know how much debt you're in? Just say it casually like that. They're not going to know, and they're going to guess. Nobody's going to turn to you and say, yeah, $52,133.45. Then nobody's ever going to say that. Then when you're done asking all your friends, because nobody's going to know, number one, I want you to say, dang, how does LJ know? How did he know that? And then number two, I want you to say to yourself, how come everybody I asked, I'm the only one that knows? That's what it's like to live in my world. Now you times that by 100,000, some outrageous number. This is what it feels like to live in the land of debt free. You'll feel like Neo in the debt matrix. Nobody, listen to me, okay? Nobody will be able to financially fool you. Nobody. I don't care if it's some stock market guru, some bank president, some mathematician. Nobody will be able to financially fool you. Nobody. Because it all go back to the basics. People in the debt, listen, people in the debt matrix don't know they're in the debt matrix. Their personal credit report will reflect that. Their entire credit report will reflect that. A person in debt, their credit report will never, ever look like these, ever. People in debt have no idea credit reports even look like this. Even if you showed them this, they still wouldn't understand what that even means. You still have to explain it to them. And even when you show them, they still won't believe it. They'll say, oh, anybody can do Photoshop. Anybody, they come up with a million excuses. And then you got to turn to them and say, hey, forget the Photoshop. I'm just saying, what if that, do you believe that to be true? They won't believe you, even though I'm telling you it's true. Even though I'm showing you it's true, they still won't believe you. That's part of the debt matrix. They must believe that in order for us to remain free. It must be this way. Jaws 2003 says, is medical debt listed on Credit Karma and Experian? You sure is. I don't know which credit bureau. I don't know which credit, but you better believe medical debt's on there. Believe that. They ain't going nowhere. But the good thing about medical debt, you can file bankruptcy and that's wiped out. The only thing that's never going away is student loan debt and IRS debt and like child support and stuff like that. That's not going anywhere. Black Knight says, LJ, next time ask the person how much interest they are paying in interest on that car or house. They won't even know. Black Knight, you know as well as I know, you know they're not going to know that answer. You don't even have to go that deep, Black Knight. You just say something like, hey, are you paying PMI? They'll be like, what's that? If they say, what's that? They're paying PMI. See how easy I did that, Black Knight? Just go up to somebody and say, hey, man, you paying PMI on that house? They're like, if they say, what is PMI? They're paying PMI. Hey, what type of loan, what type of mortgage do you have? I don't know. They're paying PMI. How much you put down on that $300,000 house? Oh, I only had to come up with like $2,000 interest money and all this stupid nonsense. They're paying PMI. These questions you can ask people in debt. They don't know why you're asking those questions. Hey, how much you put down on that house? Anything less than 20%, they're paying PMI. What type of loan you got? Even if you get a mortgage, there's two ways to buy a house. The first one's with cash. If you need to get a mortgage, guess what type of mortgage you get? The best one on the market in 2020. The best one, whatever that is. That's the only one you accept. That's the only mortgage you accept. Whatever the best one is on the market. Anything less, you got to ask that person, why would you accept anything less than the best? Why would you do that? Why would you pay more on the house than what you had to pay? That doesn't make any mathematical sense. Mortgages are not 30 years. It's as long as you want it to be. You want it to be 7 years, you pay it off in 7. You want it to be 10, pay it off in 10. Who says 30 years? The banks. The banks say 30 years, 15 years. They make up whatever number, arbitrary number they want. It doesn't matter. It's their contract. It's their money. They can put in anything they want in that paperwork. Anything. It's their money. Chart 123 says, my car was stolen August of last year. Realizing how much money I put into my car, the finance and interest rate is crazy. I'm not interested in financing again. Yeah, don't ever. It's, Char, I did the same thing. I financed a car and then I financed tires, financed stereo system. I mean, I just went crazy. Nobody told me otherwise. When I was 18, 20, I didn't know about interest rates. I just was happy to get approved. When I walked in a car lot, the only thing I was hoping for is the word approved. However I got approved, it didn't matter to me as long as I got approved. If somebody had told me this in my 20s, man, That's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. As long as I know now, and I'm helping millions of people right now, ones that talk to me and ones that don't. I know there's a lot of people right now that don't even say anything. That's okay. That's cool. That's cool. As long as I'm helping you secretly, that's all that matters to me. This channel will not be stopped. There will be no other channel on YouTube like it. How can I make such a claim? Math says so. Math says this channel will blow up. I will be up on the stage just like Dave Ramsey, different arenas, all that stuff. It's coming. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. I'm not. Let me give you guys something right now. But you guys got to understand what drives me right now. Okay, what drives me? I'm never going back to the 40-hour work week. Now, when I say never, let me put it this way. If I need money, I have to go back to work. I'm not going to a company and say, hey, I'm going to live out the rest of my days. No, I'm going to work. I'm going to do what they're paying me to do my best performance for the money they're paying me. And then I'm going to earn my money so I can further my dream. But to actual go back into the 40-hour work week, talking about the same old things people in debt talk about. Oh, man, it's Monday. Hump Wednesday. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, it's weekend is here. I can't wait. Go on vacation. Oh my God, I can't wait to get away from this place, this job, go on vacation, and then get back on Facebook when it's time to come back to the slave plantation. Oh my God, I can't believe how fast that week was. Yeah, 1 week ain't nothing. 1 week. And then just all that dead talk. You go to the barbecues. Hey man, what's up with you? Oh man, just work. I've been and bragging about how many years. Oh man, I've been like 20 years, 30 years at my job. Really? 30 years going to the same place? Hell no. I didn't even do that when I was in a debt matrix. Longest time I lasted at a job was like 5 years. 30 years at one place? No, not doing any of that. No. And get back into that talk at barbecues. Oh man, what's up? Yeah, man. Yeah, what's up with the job, man? What man, so-and-so said at the job and this and that. My boss was irritating me, man. And my boss, no. No, I don't even want, when I go to barbecues, I walk away from that kind of talk. I don't even want to hear it. Oh man, Monday's coming around, man. I got no, I don't know. Don't want to know. Don't care to know. No. I don't want to speak debt. You know how bad I want to say at barbecues? Hey, man, you don't have to live like that, right? You know that. How do I do that? Stop financing cars. Stop getting a brand new phone every single year and getting a whole family brand new phones, finance phones. You'll never get out of debt. I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be at work looking at people's miserable faces that don't even want to be there. When you guys get stuck in traffic, this is what I want you to do. Try not to get upset that you're in it. I just want you to look at the faces of everybody around you in the same traffic. Don't get mad at them if they cut you off. Don't matter if they break on you. I just want you to look at everybody's faces. None of them have to be there. You think I want to see that every day? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Just a second, reigning woman. I see you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Just listening to you, right now, and you really going through the emulations of that language, that lifestyle, literally bragging about being a slave. Because most people in these conversations aren't staying at these jobs because they love their job, because they're so passionate about their career, about what they're doing, right? And even if they started out there, like even if they entered a career field of something that they wanted to do, all of the things that you go through on the job with harassment or policies or manipulation, and all of these different things, strife and contention, just like everything, right? And then, so that begins to wear on you, and it takes away your passion for doing it. So you're literally at this point, like 10 years later, you're literally just bragging about being enslaved.
Yep.
And when you said, and you don't want to go back into those kind of conversations at the barbecue, at the family get together, and I'm listening to you, and I'm like, wow. And something became really clear to me during your immolation, and that is, you can't speak the language of wealth and debt at the same time.
No, you sure can't. You can't. And can you imagine you're now the person that are financially free at your meeting, and you're standing there listening to them, and they don't know you can hear them speaking debt. They don't know that you can hear them. So that's why they're speaking it. Because if they knew they were speaking it, they wouldn't speak it. You know what I'm saying? And imagine,
Right.
and so now if you go to a crowd like that, imagine who walks. I want you to make sure you pay attention to who walks away from those conversations. Okay, the next time you go to a barbecue or a family gathering and somebody starts speaking about debt or student loans or something, people in debt, and then pay attention to the people who get up and walk away from that conversation. That's what people want to pay attention to.
I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna fall back down. Thank you.
You're welcome. JXFX, what's up?
Oh, no, it's actually JX Flex. What's going on, man? What's going on? This is from
JX. What did I say, JS? Oh, JX. My bad.
Yeah, JX Flex, yo. I mean, I already sent a video out before about that. Just speaking on it today. I was just talking about it, about being around friends and you being around people. And I was just say like this. I made a video just not too long ago, and I was like, you be around about 20 group of guys, 10 group of guys, and all your friends start going away. One of them might start getting families, getting a lifestyle. They might go to the military. And me, I'm already going through my struggles as well. My YouTube channel I'm trying to build. But I tell people when I go to jobs like this, you can't just wake up every day. You working on somebody else's dream. So 9 to 5 nowadays is like men ain't going to college. We ain't going to college because it's a scam. Because you got $50,000 in debt. You got to figure out how.
You're kind of breaking up. Did I lose you? JX. I think I lost you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can. Now I can hear you.
Okay, good. I would just make it brief. Like when you get children that cost us like $250,000, that's a lot. I don't want to be hearing that. And sometimes when you try to tell your friends and explain this, the more I get older, the more time is valuable. That's something that you can't get back. That's something you can't really actually get back because that I do trucks. So when I do trucks, it's like, man, I'm tired. I'm exhausted because I did a 12-hour shift. So you need time to be able to work on your purpose and your dreams. So that's why I try to tell people is like when they get this thing, I can't stand my job and this and this and that. I learned from Stephen's code that if you complain, you stay the same. So you got to get away from those type of people, that negative energy around it, especially with people who are successful, because I got to change my environment. It's up to me to change my environment, be around positive minded people who don't want to live that type of lifestyle. And I think I posted on the chat about I'm trying to get in the process to try to get a new car. So what do I need to do? And that was one of my questions I wanted to ask you.
First of all, don't ever finance a car ever. So this is what I want you to do right now. In your head, add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have for a car. So you tell me, are you ready for a car?
No, I'll be honest, to tell the truth.
That's a no. So right there, get that out of your head. The only way you're going to get a car, you definitely not going to finance a car. So you got to get out of debt first. You have to get out of debt first. Do you have a car right now?
Yes, I have a car. It's a person that was selling the car, but I already
Is it paid off? Is it paid off?
Yeah.
Keep it. You fix it. Do whatever you need to do until you keep that paid off car until you're out of debt. Because anything I suggest, this is what you do. Add up all your savings, add up all your debt. Savings minus debt equals how much money you have in real life. Okay. This is the hard part. This is what's going to free you. This is the part that's going to free you. Now all you have to do is believe that large negative number. That's all you got to do is believe it. You got to say, do I believe my own math at this moment? Do I believe I am broke? Do I believe this math is not lying to me? As soon as you believe the math, that's when you'll be free. So if you ever want to become a millionaire, you must first learn how to count to 1 million. How do you count to 1 million? Savings minus debt equals the number you start from. That's where you start to count to 1 million, right there. You count from there to 1 million, you'll be a millionaire. See what I'm saying? See how I did that?
So I take whatever is in my. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No, tell me what you're thinking. I want to make sure I'm clear. Go ahead and tell me what you're thinking.
Okay. So right now, I'm starting to build back up on my savings. So I'm putting the set aside either $20 or $50 in this savings account, starting off small. So I look at all my debt versus with my school debt versus what I got to pay on.
Why are you separating debt from school debt? Why are you separating those two?
Why I separate those two?
You said I got my regular debt and I got my school debt. I'm saying, why are you separating? Debt is just debt. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm saying this so you can hear yourself. I want you to hear what you're saying. Okay. And I don't want you to separate. Debt is just debt. Okay. All right.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. And how old are you? Oh shit, he hung up. Okay. All right. Next, Jaws 2003 says, I feel you, LJ. We just got out of a meeting because people were stealing money from others. Oh yeah, if people are, when you say stealing from, gotta mean because people were stealing from, what do you mean by stealing? At your job? That's serious debt matrix right there. That's serious debt matrix. If you're stealing money, you're in debt, because only people in debt would ever steal money and risk changing their entire life or getting a record, embezzlement. You get that stamped on your record for stealing, you're stamped for what, $20? That doesn't even make any sense. Charge 123 says, that's why I'm fixing my broken finance. Getting out of debt is my goal. That should be your main goal. Don't start a business. Don't invest. Don't invest in anything. Don't do any of that. Don't do any of that. You get out of debt first. Hyphy says that LJ, show him your vehicle so he'll understand it's okay to keep the vehicle. Okay, all right. All right, I'm gonna show you something, JX. I'm gonna show you something. Okay, this is my vehicle right here. Thank you, Hyphy, for bringing that up. All right, I always keep a picture of mine because everybody always wants to know what I drive, you know. And that's natural. People in debt always want to know that, you know. It's not a big deal. Whatever. All right, let me open this up. All right, JX, this is what I drive today. Okay, I want you to see something. JX, this is my 1995 GMC Yukon two-door. Okay, it's a 1995. Now, when you look at it, does it look like I mean, you can logically see the body style and clearly see that it's an older style, but would you imagine a 1995 vehicle looking like that? I wouldn't. I would think it would be a piece of junk. When you're not in debt, you have the money to fix your car up. If something goes bad in your car, guess what? You have the money to take it to the shop and say, hey, put in a new part. That's it. Just put it in. Like, let me give you an example, you guys. So I took my truck in yesterday to have some suspension work looked at because it pulls to the right a lot. So I had to figure out I knew it was more than just a wheel alignment. I knew it was something, right? And so come to find out some suspension stuff, it came up to about $1,500 to get fixed. When you don't have car payments, and you don't pay car payments all year. So this is how I look at it. Let me show you guys how I look at it. Let me show you. Okay. I'm gonna do something. 1 second here. Okay, so now when you get out of debt, I don't look at things monthly. I look at things yearly. So I have no car payment. Okay, so this fix is going to cost me $1,500. Divide 15 by 12 months, which is 1 year. That's $125 a month. It cost me $125 a month to have my truck fixed. And once it's fixed, it's going to last another 10, 15 years if I decide to keep it that long because I put brand new parts on it. So when they come at me and saying, hey, this is going to be $1,500, whatever. That's not a big deal to me. It's not a big deal. I don't have $500, $400, $500 car payments. So keep your car, Jax. Keep your car. Don't worry about how it looks. Don't worry about what other people think. You got to look at it this way. The majority of people in the debt matrix have $500 plus car payments. You do not want to be part of that $1 trillion nightmare, okay? Don't do it. All right, it says, Jaws 2003 says, yes, they are stealing money from others on my job. This has happened as well to an old coworker of mine. She was caught stealing over $10,000 from a volunteer fire department. And Jaws 2003, you know how they could have prevented that? You guys think I'm joking, but I'm gonna just tell you guys. You know how they could have prevented that theft? Ask to see her personal credit report because it would have reflected her possibility of stealing. I guarantee you, if you looked at that woman that stole $10,000, I bet her credit report would have showed every bit of why she stole $10,000. It would have. People in debt have a pattern. They don't know they have a pattern. You know why? Because they don't know they're in debt. They don't know they are. So they steal. They steal why? Because they're in debt. Debt makes people, not everybody, but it pushes more towards people to start doing dishonorable things to themselves. They don't realize that if they get caught, they're going to ruin the rest of their lives over $20, $10,000. You're going to ruin the rest of your life over $10,000? Not doing any of that. Only people in debt would ever do it. No, I'm not going to say that because people in the debt matrix don't even worry about that. But anyway, Hyphy says, LJ, do you care about a 2018 Chevrolet Impala? No, I don't care. 2019, 2020, I wouldn't even care. So I know why you're asking, Hyphy, though. Being that you have a functioning vehicle, do you care about a 2008 Chevrolet Impala? No. What he's saying, you guys, is when you have a nice functioning vehicle, you don't care about the latest car coming out. It doesn't matter. I don't care if Tesla's coming out with a new funky truck. I don't care. Now, is my future car going to be a Tesla probably? Yeah, it's going to be one. Imagine paying a Tesla with cash and never buying gas again. Oh, man, you better believe it. You better believe it. Pay for a Tesla cash, buy it for half the price from somebody in credit trouble, pay cash for it. And then I have a fully paid for electric car that's nice looking, no gas. Oh, you better believe it. Quentin says, Linnell, do you go to the dealership to get work done to your truck? I used to, Quentin, but I found a pretty good mechanic where I live. And how I know this, because they've always done honest things. You know, they've never tried to rip me. They never try to get over on me. Everything they've listed, like when I check it out. That's a good Quentin. I guess that's a good question. Check this out. There was something on this list of stuff on the front end, stuff that was supposed to get fixed on my truck. There was a piece on there that he said it was very expensive. This one piece, I was like, wow, that's so expensive. He said, these 2 items that you need for your truck are very hard to find, but if you can find them, you can bring them to us and then we'll put them on there for you. And then it won't cost you that much. I was like, cool, man. I could find anything on Amazon. So I get on Amazon. I look for multiple things, right? I couldn't find those 2 rare pieces that I needed for my truck. So right there tells me that he wasn't lying to me. He wasn't lying to say that just so he could charge me a lot of money, that I went and tried to order these 2 pieces that I needed for my truck, and they're very rare. I couldn't find them. So now I see things like that help me trust people like that, because I went and verified a few things and it was true. So I'm like, okay, cool. He wasn't just trying to get over on me. Johnny Blaze, I love my Tesla even better than that it's paid off. Ooh, Johnny, I'm jealous, man. Johnny, what do you got? A S model? What you got? Or you got what model do you have? X, S, or 3? Which one you got? Tell me which one you got, man. Oh man. Damn. Woo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous, man. Hey, check it out. You follow me. I don't be jealous over people's stuff, but you got a paid off Tesla. Okay. That's the only reason why I'm jealous of you. Because your Tesla is paid off. Okay. Your Tesla is paid off. That's why I'm jealous. I wouldn't be. Now, I want you guys in this room to understand. I'm not jealous of anybody with a finance Tesla because they're not saving money on any gas. That's just what they believe. But if you come across a person that has a paid off Tesla, he is saving money on gas. Why? Because he has no car payment. He's not paying interest. Hey, Johnny, is it just as nice as what I see on the videos? How's that? You got the self-driving thing? How is that in traffic? How is that self-driving in traffic? Is it lovely? What's it like? Because I've seen videos, people in traffic hit that autopilot and they just be kicking back, relaxing. Now I'm not saying fall asleep. Okay, I'm not saying that. I don't think I could ever do that. But how is that? How's that in traffic with that autopilot? Oh man, damn. And it's so quiet when a Tesla rolls by. It's like. And it's so fast. Oh my God, I'm jealous. Congratulations, Johnny, man. Congratulations on your paid off Tesla, man. That's got to be nice, man. What does it feel like just to drive by gas stations? What is that? Oh, okay, cool, Johnny. Good, man. I appreciate you jumping on. 1 second. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
All right. Yeah. All right. Tell me about it, man. I'm jealous. Go ahead and tell me about it. Go ahead.
I'm actually at discount. I'm actually getting some new tires put on it right now.
Nice.
Now, I mean, it's a great car. I will tell you one downside. It is pretty tough on tires because of the weight. Yeah.
What do you mean tough on tires? What's that mean?
On tires.
No, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
due to it's a very heavy car, so there are only certain tires that really work well on it. And if you try to do that launch thing a lot, you're gonna wear your tires down fast.
Oh, okay. Now, is that a 4-wheel drive car or is that 2-wheel?
Mine is 4-wheel, it's all-wheel drive.
So you got to get all tires changed if one goes bad.
Yep.
Oh man, that's what I'm
like. Typically,
drive cars.
Yeah, but how I got my car, I had a Toyota 4Runner, had it for 12 years, and I had another car that was paid off. Mm-hmm. So all the money that I was financing before with car payments, I began to save that for years. Mm-hmm. And so when I first saw the Tesla come out, I saved up for about 3-4 years. So I had my 4Runner plus my large down payment. So the only thing I did, I financed maybe what, like $15,000, paid that off in 2 years. Car's been paid off ever since.
Wow, man, God. So you think about it, really, okay, and I want you guys in the room to hear, he has a paid off Tesla, so tires are really not as expensive because he has no car payments. So it's really not that big of a deal. Man, that's nice, man. Yeah. Now tell me about the autopilot in traffic. Tell me about it.
The autopilot in traffic. Okay, what it's designed to do is to keep you in the lanes. That's how it truly functions.
Okay.
So long as you have lines on both sides, it'll keep you going. If the road curves, the wheel will turn. It'll curve with it. But it will alert you every couple of seconds to make sure that you're paying attention. Yeah.
Gotcha. I was watching Elon Musk. He said they had to add that feature in because people think it was fully autonomous, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not. No.
Now, what about the call to you feature? You have that too?
Which one?
The call the car to you or something like that?
No, that's in the newer ones. Mine's a 2016.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's not an update or anything they can give you?
There might be, but it could be a hardware issue. Now, something that you said, and I want folks to understand this, the used Teslas, mine is used. I bought mine with 6,000 miles on it. Okay. It wasn't brand new.
Okay.
So the used ones are not as expensive. So you can definitely get you a good car at a lower price point.
Oh, I'm going to buy it from somebody in debt. So I'm going to get it. Used. Okay. I'm going to get somebody that got in over their head, can't afford that payment, and you get off of it.
Yep.
Wow, man. Hey, man, I'm jealous. I paid off Tesla. Hey, you're saving money on gas. Okay, not your fellow Tesla people that are financing these damn things.
Not so no gas and very little maintenance, if any, besides tires.
Now, anybody try to come up on you in a Model 3 and try to mess with you?
Nah, you know who I get the most issues with are the BMW owners.
Have you had to show them? Have you had to show them?
One guy I did show one, but usually my daughter's in the car, and I'm not gonna do nothing with her in there.
Okay. No, you know what I mean. By yourself. You know, by yourself. Okay.
By myself, yeah, once or twice.
Man, because I see the videos, man. I see that takeoff speed. I'll be like, damn, that thing is
I,
gone.
it is fast. I'm telling you, you feel the real G forces.
Ooh.
So I'll say this: go for a test drive. I mean, go down to your nearest dealership and at least just do it once. But once they do it, they got you. If you come back twice, they got you.
Ooh. Now you can go somewhere and test drive Tesla somewhere, because I thought they didn't have lots.
It depends on the state and the state rules. Some places, it's not the traditional dealership. There's no wheeling and dealing with these folks. The price of the car is the price of the car.
Right. Mm-hmm. Man, congratulations, man. Congratulations on gas saving paid off Tesla, man. Congratulations.
Oh,
man.
yes, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
What color is it?
Mine is black.
With white interior, black interior?
It has white interior. I'm hoping to buy another one, but I'm not gonna finance it. I gotta save up for it.
Now, how's that white interior? Does it get stained easy or anything like that?
A little bit, but I go to the detail shop on a fairly regular basis. Car washing. So I'm very meticulous about the inside of my car.
Wow, man. All right. Congratulations, man. Thanks for jumping on about it, man.
Hey, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Brand new tires, man. Send me a picture of it, man. Send me a picture of your car to my email when you get a chance, when you get those new tires on there. I want to check it out.
Hey, will do.
All right. You know my email? You got my email?
Yes, because me and you emailed about 2 weeks ago. I'm the guy doing the school thing. I was trying to see if I can get you in the.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. How's that? As you checked in on that, anything come through?
Nothing new yet. Unfortunately, in school, we are very slow moving with things.
Okay. All right. No, that's cool, man. All right. Yeah. Send me a picture of that bad boy. I just want to look for something. I want to look forward. That's one of my goals there,
Okay. Well, if you're interested in getting one, please let me know, and I'll give you all the particulars.
I will for sure, man. I appreciate it.
Okay. All right.
Later.
Take care.
All right. Wow, that was cool, man. That was cool. I like that. Goals, man. Goals. Jaws 2003 says, where does he find these Teslas? One of the ones I've seen are online or high. Well, you got to remember, Jaws 2003. I don't look at cars. You got to remember, now that I'm out of the debt matrix, car blue book value means absolutely nothing to me. I don't care what the value of it is today, what a Model S is worth with this many miles. I don't care, because I'm buying it for people in debt. They're desperate. They need money, and they'll take what I can give them. And so if they have a Tesla and they're in a particular situation that they need money now, they're going to take what I offer. Okay. Blue book value only matters when I sell, never when I buy. I don't look. I mean, I look in the paper to find it, but just because they listed a price in there, I don't care. I just pick up the phone and say, hey, man, why are you selling that Tesla? Hey, why are you selling it? Everybody asks that question. I'm listening to see if they're going to give me a debt story. Oh, a divorce, a job loss, I'm moving, I need to pay a debt or whatever, right? Then I'll say, okay, cool. If they give me a debt story, I'll say, cool, I know how much I'm going to pay them, period. And if I can give them cash, they don't have to, they can avoid the banks. We can go to the bank if they have a loan on it and it's worth my time paying it off. We go straight to the bank, give them the money. The bank transfers right there, say, hey, I'm buying this car from him. I'm buying, and then they'll do all the paperwork and all that stuff. And then you just follow through. That's it. So, because listen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy my Tesla under Blue Book. I'm going to drive it for a few years. And then one day I'll probably get tired of it. And then I'm going to sell it at Blue Book. And when I do that, guess what? I drove the car for free because I bought it under Blue Book, well under Blue Book at the purchase. See what I'm saying? You do everything the opposite of the majority, everything the opposite, everything. Bam. All right, you guys, we're 3 hours in. I want to thank everybody for joining. JX, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Much appreciated for your participation. Thank you. Oh yeah, I bet it's sweet too, man. Ooh, I bet it's sweet. NC Big says, LJ, go buy a Tesla and let me buy your car. Hey, NC Briggs, that's honestly right now a Tesla. I want a Tesla, but that's the furthest thing from my mind right now because I'm investing in me right now. I'm just saying what I want. Okay, that's what I'm gonna get is a Tesla, but right now it's me. Okay. Yeah, he's getting brand new tires. And you got to remember, even though four-wheel drive, you got to replace all the tires. The tires are expensive, but you got to remember, when you don't have a car payment, tires are really not expensive because you don't have car payment. So when tires come around, you just you pay for them cash and say, here, boom. And then that's it because you have the money. See what I'm saying? Johnny Blaze says, I saved for 6 years. When I paid off my previous 2 cars, I took that money and put it into a separate account. That was my down payment. See what I'm saying? Are you guys watching? You got to have discipline to save for 6 years. That takes discipline. I mean, but again, when you're out of the debt matrix, it doesn't really take discipline to save money. I don't want to throw that in there. It only sounds like that when you're in debt, but when you're out of debt, there is no other option. I'm not going to finance a car, so I'm going to save money. You know, I'm going to save the money, and then I'm going to buy from somebody in debt. That's it. It's going to be all fixed up, rims on it, everything. It's going to be done, and I'm going to get it for half the price. Okay. Oh, Raining Woman joined the Discord server. Thank you, Raining Woman. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I know Hyphy threw that in. Let me throw that up there because I was yip yapping. What's up, All Around Strong? Thank you, everyone, for joining. I know it's well past the original video, so if you came in late, you're going to have to start this video all over to see the actual title of this video and why. Thank you, everyone. Please don't forget to join that Discord server. Right there, scrolling on the bottom, SavingsMinusDebt.com. Go to my website, schedule a free 30-minute consultation. I will create you a plan on how to get out of debt, and you'll never go back ever. You'll pay cash for cars. You'll be able to save up money 6 years, 10 years, whatever. It won't be no problem. You won't even be thinking about it. Your money will be stacking so fast. Okay, you won't even think about that. You will never accidentally finance a car ever, 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 ever. See, All Around Strong says paid vehicle off last year. That's what you'll do. You know how good that feels to pay off a vehicle? You will be sprung. You'll be in love that you paid off a vehicle. It's the most rewarding feeling. It's crazy it's just crazy. It just feels awesome. Your car gets 100 more horsepower when it's paid off. No, I'm joking. It just feels like that. Okay. All right. Raining Woman, Charge 1, 2, 3. NC Biggs, always All Around Strong. Johnny Blaze, thanks for telling us the story. Thanks for jumping on. Much appreciated, man. Don't forget to send me that picture. I want to see that. I want to see that car, man, with the white interior. I want to see it with the brand new tires on it. Make sure you got some armor all on the tires. I want to see how it looks. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, all right? And keep those videos coming. The next review videos, keep those coming. I know there's a lot coming in sometimes, so I gotta organize it, okay? And I filter through the ones which are going to be good, okay? And this guy right here, he's always good. So, all right, you guys have a wonderful day. All right, bye-bye.